Hey guys, how many times have you bought a CBD product at a gas station or liquor store, only to find out it was complete trash? There's so many CBD products on the market now, it's hard to tell snake oil from CBD oil. Let me tell you about Canary CBD. These guys are super legit. All their products are 100% traceable, naturally vegan, gluten-free, have zero pesticides, grown and manufactured right here in the USA, baby. They have all of their lab certificates available on their website and via a QR code on all their products. Not only is Canary transparent and legit as fuck, their shit is tasty. Check out their website at www.canarycbd.com. That's CANARICBD.com. Use code BADETIQUETTE15 for 15% off your first order. Again, that's CANARICBD.com. You can follow on Instagram and Facebook at CBD Canary or Twitter at Canary CBD. Hey folks, if you're looking for a comedy podcast fix, look no further than the brand new podcast, Green Eggs and Man? Co-hosts Wes and Adam do a comedic deep dive into the Dr. Seuss classic, Green Eggs and Ham, and try to figure out if the content is appropriate for Adam's baby on the way. Each week, they read a single page and try to come up with theories about how it could all be connected. Sometimes they talk about Star Trek, sometimes they talk about religion, sometimes they get visited by a haunted ghost girl. It's all on the table, folks. New episodes come out on Tuesdays until the book is finished, so tune in to see if Wes and Adam eat the green eggs and ham, or if the green eggs and ham eat them.
Is it some devil that crawls inside of you?
And we're off. Welcome to the Bad Etiquette Podcast. How you doing?
I'm good, Dallas. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Ben Cabreana. How do you say your name?
How
correctly?
I say it is Cabreana.
Cabreana?
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard Cabreana.
I've gotten everything.
I've heard
so many different ways. It doesn't even make sense. Cabreano,
Brianna,
Cabrera.
Has anyone
Caballo. I've gotten all kinds of weird shit, dude. Like, it fucking sucks.
Has anyone ever introduced you as like Cabrillo or Cabrera or something?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
Dude, way before I even knew you, I knew your name. Like, oh, Ben Cabreana? Fucking A. You were like a little local legend amongst us little groms, us little skater kids. Dude, it's so funny to like just be at like YMCA and be like, oh, dude, you're Ben Cabreana. Blunt slid the rail there. And I was like, damn, I was very young to know that.
What YMCA? Was it the modular ramps, the wood ramps, or was it, what skate park was it?
The Y in Santa Maria.
But did you ever go there? Because they had a couple of different skate parks there. They had like the wood skate park. They had a big like 12-foot half pipe. They had a handrail. And then when they didn't want to maintain those ramps,
they got the metal ones.
They got the metal ones. Yeah.
It was the metal ones.
Okay. Yeah, the wood skate park. Well, wood skate park, but like the skate park was the best. It's like how Shane got so good at skating rails and Justin Martinez.
Really?
Like, dude,
That's
they
crazy.
had a perfect handle there.
I'm so glad you said that because I've been wanting to like pull him aside or pull someone aside. Like, hey, how the fuck do you do that on handrail, dude?
You
That's
just watch
amazing.
Heath Kirchart all day and then go to the YMCA and do tricks at the handrail and then call you and tell you what tricks they did. It was sick.
That's fucking awesome.
Kid was dope, dude. Like, the YMCA was the shit. I love that place. Now it's like they have like little kids doing, because I go to the gym at the Y.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I saw you were doing like PT.
So I go there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so what they do there's nothing there inside that skate park, but there's a bunch of kids doing yoga, and there's a bungalow in there. I'm like, oh my god, that used to be the dopest skate park, and now there's like kids just like stretching and stuff.
I hated that place. I got kicked out as like a 10, 11-year-old.
Were you not wearing a helmet?
No, I wore the helmet. I wore the fucking helmet.
Were you cussing?
I said, damn it. I like how it was the two, but you knew immediately. Like, this has happened before.
Yeah. So, I used to work there. So
I
knew.
Bitch, dude. She's
Remember
like,
her name?
No, some blonde chick. She was like, I was like, oh, damn it. And she was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? What did you just say? And I was like, what? I didn't cuss. I looked around, I was like, what the hell did I say? Damn and hell were not cuss words to me growing up. I would have no idea. To me, like, damn, hell, that's like heck and dang it. I've come to find out. Like, to me, like, they're on the same level.
Yeah.
And then it was even worse. There was like other like little skate rat boys like that were on her ass, you know, fucking hitting on her and shit. And they're like, oh yeah, that's you know, what does YMCA stand for? Young Man's Christian Association? That doesn't sound very Christian. Oh. And so I was just like, fuck this place, fuck you, never fucking coming back. And I just like skated outside with the curb. And the worst part was my friend, who was way worse than me, you know, called his mom like the N-word and stuff. No, not Kale. Was I probably shouldn't say who it was, but he was in there, and he was just like,
write it down and show me.
It's written down right here, actually. That's funny.
My God.
I'll get there. It doesn't matter. I don't think you'd know who he was, anyways, because it turns out you're quite a little bit older than me.
I'm a little bit older.
Which is funny because you don't see.
How old are you?
Dude, I'm 26.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older than you.
I figured you were like, you look 26, 27.
Oh,
well, you know, thanks for not looking old as shit.
I am 34.
Oh, turn that thing around. That'll get it back.
I am 34.
Yeah, I found out because like I said, I love having guests I can Google because I just fucking typed your name in wrong and was like, hey, there he is. Skate Park of Tampa, you have a little profile. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang. Mm-hmm. That's so cute. That's so cool. And then, did you ever do Tampa Am?
One time.
That's awesome.
One time.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When I was 18, or about to be 18, something like that. I was a senior in high school.
Wow, that was almost 18 years ago.
Oh, fuck, man, that's crazy. You want to hear something really funny about Tampa? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a funny Tampa story. So,
please do.
Anthony Anaya, right?
Yeah, Tony.
Tampa Tony.
They call him Tampa Tony?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I go Fat Tony, Tampa Tony. I don't know. Love that dude. One of my favorite fucking dudes ever. So when I went to Tampa Am, I got 14th.
Uh-huh.
I think I was like 2 away from making it to the finals.
Yeah.
I made it to the semifinals. Mm-hmm. It was like top 12 or whatever. 14th. I think it was 14. Pretty sure. I made a bet with Tony kind of recently, like in the past like 5 years. I'm like, if you go to Tampa and you place better than I did when I went to Tampa, I said something, I don't know, like I was like, I'll eat every burger on the Burger King menu in one sitting. I'm not a huge like Burger King fan. Like honestly,
of course.
I don't know, I've eaten worse, but like I don't like Burger King.
Yeah.
But I told him that, and he's like really fired up about it. He goes there and he places 14th.
Of course he does. I like to think that he went there just like, I'm not even here to win or compete. I just got to get 14th. So he did just good enough.
Yeah. So I think that we had like it's like, well, you didn't beat me, but you know, like you didn't lose. Like we got the same thing. I think like I took him out to dinner or something.
That's
like
so
we
funny.
Met in the middle somewhere. But we all know like how good that dude is. Like
absolutely.
He can win everybody.
Well, you know what? It's so funny you mentioned him because that's like part of like why I also hated the YMCA. It was like, who's this fucking kid? Has their own helmet with a mohawk on it, and I was like, I hate this place. Fuck that kid. Fuck. And I had no idea. And I've had
the
all
Annihilator.
This,
it said the Annihilator on his
badass. Okay, God. See, he was much cooler, and everyone tells me like, oh, you're an idiot. You're an asshole. You just got to be cool to people. And I'm like, well, you're totally right, but so it was always in my head. I was like, fuck YMCA. There was this other kid. I think his name was, what was his name? He did like switch boneless 360s.
Whoa.
And I could do those too because it's a dork trick. And I was like, you're not special. And I think we had gotten in like a little spat at the skate park once. He was just a shit talker like I was. And I was just like, man, I fucking hate this skate park and all the people in it. And Tony never did a single thing to me, never spoke a word to me, never looked at me, but he was there. And like my friend who I didn't mention but mentioned earlier, like told me who he was, and I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck all of you.
Yeah, guilty by association. Just like, fuck Tony too.
Exactly. And then so I've just been like mentally, like subconsciously, like averting him my whole life. and we were at CJ's like service, the wake rather at what was it?
At the Eagles?
Eagles, there you go.
Yeah.
And he said what's up to me, and it was like just kind of did a quick wave, and I was like, wow, that was the most I've ever spoken. And as soon as he did that, I was like, I'm a big fat fucking head asshole. And I was just walking through the place like, God, I really need to just like be nice to people because
he's the nicest and quietest guy though. It's like you can't.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing.
He just doesn't say anything.
If people are quiet, I'm like, fuck this. What the fuck is going on in their head? Not just him, but like anyone. Where I'm just like, why would I talk to a quiet person?
Yeah,
they won't even talk.
Yeah.
So
can I put something on wax about Tony?
I hope so. Please.
Okay, so I wish that I could fucking access his email account too.
Yeah.
It was a Yahoo at Yahoo account or whatever, and it got hacked like so long ago. But I got a cold call from Anthony's mom one time, who actually like has known my aunt and known my dad growing up and stuff. But it was like, hey Ben, like this is Jackie Anaya, Anthony's mom, and Anthony really looks up to you, and he wants. I was wondering if it'd be cool if he can give some skate lessons, and just like skate around with them and blah blah. Like let me know if it's not a big deal. That's cool. Blah blah. Sincerely, Jackie. And then I was just like, oh yeah, like this kid's cool. Like I just typed back, I'm like, yeah, like not a problem. Like I don't want any payment or nothing. Like I just want to skate with the kid. He's a good kid. Like, But if I could just like now just be like, hey, your mom, and I bring this up to him all the time. It's like, hey, like Anthony really looks up to you, and I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's so fucking cool.
Respect your elders.
Damn, dude.
I put that on wax because I have to. Because Tony is the best. He's unreal on a skateboard, and I love that dude. I love that dude so much.
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's so funny. Everyone was sharing that clip. He did a slow park just recently.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I'm just looking at the still image of it, I'm thinking, damn, that's gnarly. If I was doing that, or if I was right there, like in my head, like skate imagination, I'd do a half cab, frontside half cab flip out, and I, hit play, and he does it, and I'm like, God, I fucking hate this kid. I don't hate him at all, but it went from like, I don't know this guy, fuck the YMCA, dang it, everyone likes him, damn, he is really good, and then I'm just like, I fucking love the way he skates. He's
great. Have you seen that that video part that he filmed with John Luke? Did you see that video?
The
Absolute Value.
Oh, okay. It was like the Florida video, or was that?
He's from Florida. It had a bunch of Florida homies in it.
Yeah.
But like Tony had the last part in that video, and it is.
You know what? No, because
that premiere over here too.
I didn't see that because I think there was still a paywall for it, and I was like, I'm fucking dirt broke and.
Well, it's free on the internet now.
Yeah. So
is there anything? Write that shit down. Like check out.
Oh, I know because
value.
Just like you have clips in there, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I already saw when I was
cool.
Googling you. It's so funny to like Google someone that you just like send dick pics to. You're like, hey,
yep.
Man,
it's my favorite.
Dude, that's fucking cool that I could even say that to you too. It's so much easier to like tell because like we're friends, we're acquaintances.
Yeah,
totally. I have no idea when I met you.
That's what I'm like. Fuck, I know this. I think the most recent-ish memory that I have of you, I was playing my second show with Hayley and the Crushers at
Lompoc.
At
the beach.
The beach. That's the place.
That's where I started stand up.
Yeah. Of course.
He's like, yeah. Oh, you do stand up?
No. I remember. Yeah, I remember you told me that it went really bad when you were trying some shit there, right? Like you had a set that did not go very well over there.
Yeah. I had definitely bombed before.
Yeah. So that's why I know that you did it because I know that you bombed. But
also we had skated at the Lompoc Park before, and Hayley, Reed, and you were there. And I remember because Shane was there, and. No one films me skate. I bitch about it all the time. I'm a big weenie about it.
You did that kick with 50. That's
sick. Exactly what I'm just gonna say. And it was like that's the first time I had like done a trick. Someone saw it and it was like filmed and like witnessed, and I just like glided off of that high for a year.
You had a white foundation board and baby blue crux.
Yep.
And
that's right.
And then Chris did the boneless, or it was a no comply or boneless 50-50 right before?
Yeah, he did.
You guys did doubles.
Yeah, he did a no comply 50-50, and then I had done this like bean plant to 50-50, like similarly.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to remember that trick either. It's again, switch bones. She's like dork tricks. But I remember that so vividly because I had quit skateboarding outright after I was let go from Skate 1.
Oh wow!
And I was like, you know what? Because I was already not having a good time skateboarding during that summer for some reason, and I was like, damn, the skateboarding industry kind of fucking sucks. I'm out of here. I don't want to do this ever again. And I was just jealous. All my friends were skating together. They were at the rec. They were filming clips. No one was inviting me to skate. No one I couldn't just show up and people would skate with me because it would be like, well, that's 40 minutes away.
Right.
No one's gonna guaranteed be there. And every time I'd show up, it would just be like, some randos, and I was just like, this is not the childhood I had skateboarding.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck skateboarding. I'm done. And then I had just gotten some money or something, and then bought a Christmas complete, brand new complete. I've never done that in my life before. I've never had a whole brand new complete.
So that one was your first one?
That was my first, 10, 12, 13, let's see, what was that, 2018? So that was, 15 years into skateboarding. Wow. It was my first, full.
Where'd you get it? Was that Surf Connection?
No, Skate 1. I would not shop at Surf Connection. They let me go, too.
Well, I mean,
you're sensing a pattern here.
Yeah, so, sorry. But it had a foundation board.
Crux.
So you got that where'd you get that foundation board?
Skate. They still have it at Skate Warehouse. They have the same model even.
Okay.
Yeah. I just ordered it. It's same day or one day delivery.
Right.
California overnight, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. So good. And literally I posted a before and after picture of when I got the board,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm back in.
You skated it a lot.
I did. Well,
in a short span of time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get a lot of new boards growing up. I got more than, some people did.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably a spoiled brat compared to some people, but I also couldn't just get a new board when it was chipped, broken. Mm-hmm. So I really just chilled on skateboarding. I was like, I can't be gnarly or try what I want to try because I'm the heaviest kid here. My board breaks first, 100%. So
I broke my board that day at the park.
Fuck, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because there's that shopping cart that was on the side that we were skating off the bank.
Yeah.
And I cracked my, and it was,
of course, it was your tail.
It was my tail, yeah. Because
right.
it was already unbelievably windy. It sucked, but I wanted to I was kind of nervous about
first time on Lompoc, huh? Yeah.
No, not at all. Lompoc Park is one of my favorite parks of all time. But it was my second time playing with
Hayley,
with the Crushers. So there was a couple of things about that day that was really funny because I broke my board. It was my second show with them, and I was still kind of nervous. And then. I joined the band and there's all these shows that are booked, and then I'm and then we're playing, and then you chimed in. You're like, oh, you're playing over here next, and I'm like, yeah, actually. It's how does he know where I'm playing next? It's oh, that's cool. Yeah. And then you and Nate were wrestling eventually. You guys are always fucking wrestling. You guys are always rolling, dude. It's so funny. I'm like, dude, I can't wait for these guys to just be in the same vicinity of each other because I love watching you guys just rolling. Dude, I love that, dude. It's so badass.
Here's the thing though, is I don't take it easy. He can kick my ass if he wants. He's a tough son of a bitch, even though he doesn't know jiu-jitsu. He's bitch, please.
He's a tough guy. I mean, I don't know Nate very well, but he's a tough looking all-American man right there.
He is as hardcore as it gets, and I will never tell him that because it'll go right to his fucking head.
Well, then Nate, you can't listen to this episode. Fuck you.
He doesn't listen to my podcast.
All right, good.
He's one of those times where I think we either got drunk or too nervous and couldn't record a podcast. I try not to push the pace when we're rolling because he will probably kill me if I do. You know what I mean? I could definitely make it not fun, but someone's gonna end up bleeding or hurt each other, and it's we're friends, but this sucks now.
Yeah. And I remember then that's I don't know how old Nate is, but watching you guys then, and I'm oh dude, this is a scrappy skinny dude wrestling around at Lompoc Park, and then seen him recently. He's I've seen what he does for work. He's a fucking serious worker.
He puts manual labor in, has the body of a Bruce Lee Greek god.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy, and he can drink like a fucking psychopath.
And he fucking does. It's gnarly. I went over to his house the other day. Right now he lives in a completely gutted out house, and he lives in a shed in the backyard, and there's nothing inside the house. And he was having band practice there, and I just stopped by because I was in town, and he was like, do you want some vodka, man? Do you want a beer? And I like had a beer, and they were like doing like vodka shots, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, you guys are fucking like, I miss those days. You guys are hardcore. But I was like, I drove here, like.
I don't think that it affects him. I think he said something. He put something on his Instagram story. It's like, I've never had a hangover in my life, or something like that. I'm like,
hilarious.
Whoa, dude, that's hardcore.
It's not that he hasn't had a hangover. It's that he just thinks having a hangover is how you're supposed to normally feel. And I think that's because he has an autoimmune disease.
Oh.
So he's like, dude, I feel great when I'm hungover. It's so much better than scleroderma. But he's fucking like super hardcore, loves drumming.
Yeah.
He posted something either today or yesterday, and he was like, even if I had I'm not going to stop practicing until I lose my both arms and legs. And even then, I'd still find a way. Wow. And he's literally like drumming on his steel toe boots that are completely worn away from working like a motherfucker. I was digging a trench at work yesterday, and I was like, damn, I really wish Nate was here. He could do this way better than I could right now.
I have a lot of respect for that dude. I think that's fucking hardcore.
He is a legend.
Love that.
It's so funny to say that about someone who like is like maybe like 6 months younger than me, maybe a year younger than me, but he is like, talking about him is, you're talking about like a fucking like a local like legend, like a hardcore person. Like it's so funny. When I met him, he was this really clean cut, super like Christian boy with like, you know, like wore dad shoes and like, you know, looked like his mom shopped for him.
Right.
And he was just like this spazoid. And I remember, I can't talk about this. The first
you
time,
could do
the
it.
first,
you could do it.
The first time he got drunk was with me, and it was a disaster.
Oh no!
It was so good, dude. I think I ended up leaving him like in a parking lot somewhere outside because we were underage. So we went and drank down by the bridge in Lompoc around with the homeless camps, and there was slightly less back then, so we had a little bit of privacy.
Right.
And we just drank this entire bottle of fucking rum. And let me tell you, when you're 18 years old and you get drunk for the first time, you feel everything that you've been trying to understand for so fucking long.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so about 18 years ago, when you were 18, it would have... You seriously don't look your age, which is a blessing. Whenever someone... Let's talk about you now. Enough about Nate.
I've always been told that I'm really tan for my age, and I'm
really
gonna run with that.
tan for your age?
I'm really tan for my age.
Have you not always been tan?
I was born a white guy.
I think I would...
I'm just kidding. I'm like Filipino and shit, you know?
Slip that one right past me. I think I had no idea what you looked like growing up. But I just knew who like Ben Cabreana was.
My mom is Irish and Swedish, and my dad is like the darkest Filipino Pacific Islander dude ever. He looks like a black dude. Like he is so fucking
He looks
dark.
like The Rock, or like someone. He looks like The Rock's dad in Walking Tall.
Fuck, you're right, huh?
Doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's never seen the movie. How'd you start fucking drumming, dude? Like music in general? Because come to find out, you have been in a couple bands. Mm-hmm. What bands you been in?
I have played in my first band that I played in. I mean, if we're gonna be doing this, probably hear the name Blake come up quite a bit. Who's my best friend?
I was told to ask you to tell Blake stories.
Oh God. Okay, so there's probably gonna be a couple of Blake stories popping up. But my first band was with Blake. We played in a 2-piece band called King Cheese.
King Cheese.
And that's like, you can see that guitar right there. That's a cheese guitar.
I immediately went there and I thought, I think I heard
So Blake
that.
always dressed up like a king, and I dressed up as like whatever. Ended up being like, I don't know, like some super like tight like biker shorts and like a vest and a funny hat. I don't know. We were always theatric, always doing crazy shit.
Cool.
I've played with like my friends like white boy reggae band. I played in fucking just other projects like Joe Kid and the Gash, like I told you, which is like, play like Devo kind of style, but odd timing signature kind of stuff. The Dogons, which is another Blake project with our friend Jeremy Goodman, and we wear like these driftwood masks and loincloths and stuff.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So cool.
And most currently with Hayley and the Crushers.
How do you know them? Because I've seen them play before you were their drummer.
With Hayley?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had first met them actually in I met them here at O'Sullivan's.
Okay.
We're currently recording at O'Sullivan's.
I know, this is seriously so cool. Let me just like sidebar and say we're fucking recording this podcast in a bar that's going through like redevelopment, and
it's pretty cool. I like it.
It's this old punk bar, and it's fantastic because it couldn't be a cooler environment. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Hayley and Reed were playing in a project called Magazine Dirty, and I was living up in Seattle at the time.
I've seen them. Magazine Dirty.
Yeah,
that's right.
Great.
They opened for
a lot of people. Flag and
that's what it was.
Probably,
that's when I saw
that. Yeah. So they played with all kinds of people.
That's when I got kicked out of Slow Brew.
Ooh, good one.
Their last song.
Fun. So I was living in Seattle, and I had saw it's like, oh, Hayley and the Crushers, but I knew that my really good friend Max Triplett, who's a monster on the drums. Max. I hope that he doesn't listen to this because I don't want me praising him on wax because fuck you, Max.
It'll go right to his beard.
He's a great drummer. I love Max, great friend of mine. But he did these recordings.
Is that why his last name's Triplett?
Yeah.
Okay.
Max Triplett.
Is that his real last name?
Yeah, it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is funny. Side note here, like me and Blake did a Max Triplett drum lesson video where Blake dressed up like Max. It's so funny, dude. It's. I'll show you the video. I'll send you the link. It's super funny.
Please do.
So Max did the recordings for these like 4 songs or something. I'm like, wow, this is a really cool sound. I like the 80s like surf, kind of like Go-Go's with like X and Ramones kind of vibe to it. Like I love that. And then I came. So you saw that poster for like Joe Kid and the Gash, Hayley and the Crushers, and the Dogons. I was living in Seattle. I flew here.
And we're in all 3 bands, right? No.
Now, I'm in all 3 bands now. But. So I saw that this dude Gabe was playing drums with them, and I'm like, oh, I remember that dude. He played in this badass band called Wolf Cross up in like 5 Cities or whatever. Super cool metal band. He's like a huge metal guy, like a big presence, hits the drums like really hard. I'm like, yeah, this guy's fucking badass. Like I love that dude. And then I eventually moved back to Santa Maria, and then I saw Hayley posting something like, hey, if anybody knows any friendly drummers, we're looking, just send them my way. And I had always thought like, like they got such a good sound going on. Like they're not going to have any trouble like finding a drummer. Like that's easy money for them. And then my buddy Christian hit me up. I don't know if you know Christian Cortez. He's played. He lives in Portland these days. A great guitar player, great friend of mine. He's all like, hey, this could be a cool opportunity if you're looking to play music. And Hayley's such a sweetheart. Like it'll be like if you're into it, I'd say like go for it. And I just like sent him a text, like a cold call, like, hey, just like if you're looking for a drummer, I heard you're like having a little bit of trouble looking for a drummer. I love your sound. And they called me immediately. And then
that's how they take that music seriously. They're like, call him.
Yeah. So I was like, whoa, so cool. And like they was like, yeah, just like. So what I did, like I just like put on headphones and I listened to like the recordings they had out at the time, and I would just like hit pillows, and I didn't have my drum set at my house, so like I just like put on my headphones.
And now it's on the fucking ceiling.
Yeah, there's a drum set on the ceiling. So I would just like learn like all the songs, like hitting pillows and shit, and then I went in and I'm like, hey, I learned like 80 of your songs, and then they're like, oh, cool. And then I went in, so I practiced with both of them, and then I practiced with just Hayley and me because the first show I played with them was for this like movie that happened. Did you hear about that Coast, the film that like with Dora the Explorer or whatever that was happening around here?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, so like there's a movie that was being filmed around here. It just premiered on like the Santa Barbara like film festival or whatever.
Oh, cool.
And it featured like Dora the Explorer and Peter Frampton's daughter. Like, and they filmed like all around here. And then they had this like party scene in Nipomo where it's like Poncho and the Wizards played.
Oh, that's awesome. I love those guys.
Yeah. I love them, for sure.
I gotta have a couple of them on here.
Yeah,
I'll have all of them.
Great. Yeah. Like Trent just recently did some recordings with some new recordings with Hayley and the Crushers, and
that's so
like
cool.
we got the mixes. I got some of the mixes, and they sound fucking. Trent's a monster. God damn, that guy is so talented.
Yeah.
But that's how it basically.
Not just because he's 7 feet tall, like he's just a monster, like talented. Does a lot of shit.
Yeah. So that's basically like a long story long. That's how I started playing with them.
Just tell it, son.
I could talk. Just tell me to shut the fuck up if I'm talking too much.
I want the details. I want you to talk. This is why we're here. Have a conversation. I'll fucking interject. Don't even trip. Yeah, dude, that's so cool. And I remember because I had seen them and they do a Ramones cover. Which song is it again? I can't remember. It's been so long. Which is embarrassing. I have a Ramones tattoo right here. I should have fucking remembered. But
with Hayley and the Crushers, we do Teenage Lobotomy.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Gotcha.
Do they do another one? Fuck, it's been so long
No,
since
it's definitely that one. It's definitely
played.
that one because we're at the skate park and I was like, hey, I love your fucking. I think I don't know what I said. I must have said the Ramones cover you do. And I think Reed was kind of like, oh, all right, cool. You know? and then we were at the beach later that night, the venue, and he was like, oh, it was about me and my 4 friends from Brooklyn. Or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
He's like, me and my friends wrote this song in Brooklyn in 1976.
Yeah. So fucking
He always
good.
says that, and he always gets like some sort of reaction. And then like I'll have like friends that are coming and visiting me, and like like when we travel and play shows, and their girlfriends will be like, "Did you really write that song in 1976?" And
That's
Reed gets
funny.
so fired up. He's like, "How old do you fucking think I am?" I think I'm all pissed off.
Dude, I don't know how old he
I don't
actually
either.
is.
Still,
you know
like
what
I've
I
been
mean?
playing music
That's
with
so
him. I mean,
fucking
yeah, of
funny.
course yeah, sure. He's a little bit older. Sure, that's a given. Whatever, but.
You gotta love anyone who likes comic books, the Ramones, and plays in a band. Like, most of the time, I can kick it with those type of people.
Yeah, totally.
I love that. It's really cool.
They like to have me around. I've been playing with them for like over 3 years now, so it's for a cool sound that's picking up with like a lot of momentum. It looks like I'm glad that they have me around. It's fun. It's super fun.
It literally like it's like two of parts of my worlds collided where I was like, oh, I go to like punk shows and show music. I love watching that shit, and then I have like friends who I think that's even just like it's so cool to have a friend like that I didn't know, and now this is my in. I can like access someone and be friendly with them because I ironically I started the podcast to like kind of like hang out with people and connect with them, and lately I gotta tell you, dude, I feel disconnected from a lot of people. I feel like there's a big I was talking to Kylie about this last night, and I was like, I just feel so like disconnected with people. I think it's like I'm not doing the podcast enough, or like I'm not, because things have been kind of crazy.
Got a lot of moving parts. It's
Yeah, and I'm one of those moving parts. And it was just so cool. It was like, I don't know, man, because I got to interlude the idea of who I thought you were as a person and that band, and then like humanize it and like get to see you guys and be like, he's a fucking drummer. Like, to me, I'm like, they let a skateboarder be their drummer? That's fucking crazy. Like, I would have never guessed. And it was just like, I've seen this band, I've seen that guy, I can see them both at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
That was a cool time too, because like so going back to the first show that I played for that movie, there was a lot of waiting around, and I was like nervous, even though I got to have like a whole 1.5 practice with this band.
I remember because wasn't there like a casting call for people to go to that party?
Yeah,
I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, like the first show that I'm playing with them, we're on this stage. It's for a movie. There's like $100,000 cameras being pointed in my face or whatever. And I kind of fucked up like all the songs, and it didn't go very well.
First show.
Yeah, first show. And I remember just being so upset with how badly that I played. I packed up all my shit and I just waited by the car. I'm like, these guys are gonna can me like so hard, like that's it. But then in a weird turn of events, we were like all in my car, like drinking a Modelo, and like just listening to the radio, and like some 311 came on, like old 311, and they were just like really just like just like all mixed up, don't know what to do, and I'm just all like just drinking Modelo, and I just been playing with music with them ever since. Like, oh, they kept me around, cool. But I remember at Lompoc, I was like, all right, so I fucked up that first show. I gotta redeem myself with this next one, and I felt like, and I had like a family reunion at the same time, so I had like
That's right.
Yeah, so like all my cousins, yeah.
That's so funny.
And it was
remember now.
Yeah. So like Reed was all like, "Hey, are there any Pinoy relatives to our drummer in the audience?" And nobody said anything. And then after we played a song, literally the next song, like all my cousins just like walk in, and then Reed asked like, "Are there any Pinoy relatives to our drummer over here?" And everyone's like, "Woo!" Loud Filipino cheers and shit. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my family right there." Yeah, so it's been fun, dude, and we're just busy. Working music videos and going to the studio next week, new record, and
badass.
Yeah, cool.
I can't wait to hear more
Super
of it.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I that was the first tape I ever bought for my car. When I got my first car, it was a Hayley.
Is it
Crushers tape.
the wrestling masks one? Is that the?
I don't remember now because I don't have a cassette player now, so it's in storage. But it was at a certain Sparks in Lompoc. I picked it up, and
it was probably the first one. That's where like they recorded all the first.
It was that
4
one.
songs. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I could just fucking tell you right then and there. That's what it was.
Yeah, Max. I love the way that Max plays drums, and for him to like play on these couple of songs and just kind of freestyling a lot of the songs, it's like, fuck, that guy is so good. And I watched Max play shows like a million times. Like, he's a fantastic drummer and a terrible friend.
Drummers don't get enough love. I'm not just saying that because you drum. I just like, they don't get enough camera.
I kind of prefer that. Just like, I like to just like kind of be in the corner of a bar.
I want to see what the fuck the
me.
drummer is doing so bad. You have no fucking idea. I wanted to be a drummer when I was a kid. I watched the movie Detroit Rock City, and I was like, main character. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with wanting to be a drummer, just like the main character. And I even like I used to write like quotes from the movie on these drumsticks I got. That was another thing where it was like, I wanted to do it, but my parents didn't have the money. So they bought me a floor tom and a snare drum.
That's cool.
With no stands and like a pair of drumsticks. And they're like, if he likes them, then we'll commit. We'll buy the whole set. And I was just like, I don't know what to do with these two things.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to translate unless you're doing like some Latin marimba band.
Yeah, and it was just like, there's no stands. They're on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And just like,
yep, dead.
I have no idea. I had those for the next 6 or 7 years. We did nothing with them. I think at one point I turned the floor tom over and it was like, this is an amazing full pipe for the Technics, you know. That's all ever happened. So I think there's just like a little bit of that where I'm like, I want to see what the drummer's doing. That's the most exciting part. That's like the craziest.
Well, I got drum set up in slow. Fuck, if you're ever in slow, let's.
I will not embarrass myself, Ben. Let me stop.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not an embarrassing thing. Like, it's like, you want to hit something. You want to make some noise.
I used to jam with Adam Cannon, and I couldn't play drums, so he'd be on drums, but I also can't play guitar. So we jammed for like maybe 3 or 4 years before it occurred to him that like, oh, maybe I should have showed you something on the guitar, because we both just be high out of our minds. I didn't even smoke weed at this point. I'd just be contact high and just like, fucking, yeah, let's just fucking jam. I had to figure things out on this electric guitar just by ear, and oh man.
Adam's gonna be like, all right, smoke this bowl and listen to Caius for the next like 4 years.
Exactly what happened. We just listened, and that's like, we'd go on plumbing jobs, and I had no idea that I was getting so contact high until years later when I was like, that's what that was. That's fucking gnarly.
Adam,
just used to drive places. He'd put stoner metal. He'd put Caius on. He'd put fucking Queens of the Stone Age, and we'd just. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude, this is awesome.
Just doomy, loud.
And then
like, oh fuck, what's it? It's something Truckers. Fuck, it's a band that
Truck Fighters.
Truck Fighters. Yeah. That's it. He loves those guys.
He loves them.
He loves those guys.
He was like, well, we gotta go see them.
Yeah.
I love Truck Fighters because of him. That's one of the few bands that a friend showed me, and I was like, I like them, because usually I have to find something on my own volition. Someone shows me something, I go, you're bothering me, dick, get out of here. You know, it's fucking.
Adam, I fucking love that guy, dude. Like, Adam,
with all of my heart, it was my goal to just give him a hug at CJ Service, because I wanted to find him specifically because I met them as a pair and they were a duo to me. It's like Beavis without his butthead to me. You know, no disrespect to my boys. And it's just so fucking like whether their friendship maintained like that in my head, always solidified.
Yeah. For sure. And, you know, like we've all been at CJ's a lot, like in the past however long things have happened, you know. And, you know, the family's been really nice enough to let us, like, just be there, and all the friends get together. And we're always talking about CJ and all this stuff. And, you know, and, like, talking to Adam, I'm just like, fuck, dude, like, I can't even, you know, just like how we were talking about, I'm like, dude, I can't even pinpoint the moment that I met you, because I know that I met Adam and CJ, maybe Paco and Takeshi and Andrew at the same time.
That's so funny. Same here.
Yeah. So they were all like the same person, you know. They were all the same person. I knew that I was about 16 or 17. I had a car.
I met them when I was about 15. That's funny.
I don't know if you ever skated at Tunnel Park with them. I know that Tunnel Park had something to do with being friends with those guys. White Sands probably had something to do with it. If you
That's
remember
funny.
that skate
I
shop.
remember White Sands, yeah.
And then maybe a girl that I dated in high school that went to school with them. So I can't really pinpoint like
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Rigetti, but my girlfriend went to Pioneer. Yeah. Which is weird because I hung out with her and her husband last night. Which
Isn't that
like,
funny how that works?
Yeah. We're super tight. Like we're super tight.
So
but
weird.
I met them around like all the same time. And,
There's not a single ex I could be in the room with. That's so.
I think
that's
I'm pretty,
not true. I went to dinner with an ex and her boyfriend at the time, who now mixes my podcast. He's the producer of this podcast. Shout out to J-Lo. But still, carry on.
There's always the exception, right? There's always got to be the exception. I think that I'm on good terms with like most of my exes. I will say that there are some things.
There's a letter X there for a reason, bitch.
No, I hope that they're all doing well, but I don't know. I'm kind of crazy. Whatever.
Yeah, I think I met them. I don't even know how it happened. Honestly, I was just at the rec one day, and they were filming me, and I was skating, and I was like, the first time I had been at this incarnation of the rec, it was when they first had
first time.
Not the first time, because I grew up in Napomo.
Right.
So there was a time when there was an abandoned building and half pipes outside in the soccer field. Like I went to that rec center as a kid during the summer. I saw when it was closed and there was like wood ramps, and then those were gone a long time. And then someone was like, oh, like they burned the rec down. And then there was like this perfect ledge there all of a sudden. And that's like when I had started going, and I was like, dang, dude, this ledge slides really good. It was that big beam, that one in the middle,
like the metal
the centerpiece.
Yeah. I think there's a DIY, there's a video of like CJ and Adam and all those dudes like making an old YouTube.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you like subscribe to like Doomers and
Skulls, dude.
I'm
in the old montages.
Dude,
it's so funny.
Fucking love those, dude. I love them, dude. I love everything that Adam has done on the internet has always been like fucking gold to me. I love it. But they have videos like documentation of CJ and Adam like building the first time, and like
he's so creative.
Oh, ultimately, yeah.
They both were so fucking creative.
The most creative and most driven dudes, just for the sake of doing it.
It's so weird how like people of that caliber can like be taken from you, because it's like they only take those ones. You know what I mean? It's always the fucking. You better watch out, Ben. You're awesome.
Oh my God. Knock on wood. Fuck, man.
That's you know what? I've been working on a bit where I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm an asshole. They always say like, oh,
assholes live forever.
Yeah, assholes live forever, dude. Damn, that just ruined the whole joke. Actually, thanks. Fuck, I don't even remember that guy's name. But yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. You know what's really funny about the wreck is like
it's gone. It's hilarious.
Well, yeah, that's super funny. That's not. But you know, like I've always seen CJ, I've always seen Adam, like, and I'd always be talking to CJ. Yeah, for sure. And like the first time that they ever started like building stuff there, and it'd get taken down by the city or whoever was taking it down, and then they would just like go and build again, and then it would get taken down and then build.
How? Go ahead. Just how many times?
Yeah, like it was like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, CJ, really? You're gonna fucking build here again? He's all like, yeah, fuck it. Like it's like what are they gonna do? Tear it down again? And then like that was like the longest that, you know, like 4 or 5 years later. And you could just, what was really cool was like you could see everybody like getting older and more mature, and they started getting like really good at what they were doing, like with cement and how they were like.
It's crazy. It started with like, oh, I'm gonna eat shit on the trash can pyramid because there's a lip at the bottom.
Yeah.
To like, this is the best pyramid I've ever skated.
Yeah. And it was super cool with CJ. It's like, I mean, he's always been this way. He was always like, if it looked good on paper, it looked like he could do it in real life. Like he could think it, and he's so creative that he could put it on paper, and then he could achieve it at the same time too.
Just translate it like that.
It's like, and then you could even see like in the video with him with like the drawings for like, I can't confirm if he actually did all the drawings for the pyramid hip at the wreck, but I'm certain that he did. But, you know, he was able to do it. And then, you know, like me and Justin Martinez rode our bikes from Santa Maria to the wreck, and like they're all like pouring cement, and, you know, they're definitely doing the whole wreck thing, like building over there. But he could always just like, he could dream it and he could do it. Like some straight up Joe Dirt shit, you know, like he was like fucking, is that Joe Dirt? Yeah.
Life's a garden, dig it.
Straight up like that. But like, you know, like he was able to like make these dreams happen. He could also, you know, like attract the attention of world-class skateboarders like Mark Appleyard. It's like you pull up and then there's like Mark Appleyard like coming and skating the wreck. It's like, what the fuck, man?
I was there when he was there, when he dropped by. I remember because
you were there.
I went up and I was trying the blind side 360 flip, like 360 flip up the
hip?
The right side, yeah, to fakie down the left side.
Gotcha.
And Mark Appleyard, he was sitting on top of the pyramid, and I look at Appleyard and I'm like, don't look! And audibly I'm like, don't fucking look! I'm trying, because I was trying it, and then someone with like the best tray flip you've ever fucking seen shows up, and I'm like, God damn it! So I'm like, don't fucking look. And then months later, maybe a year later, the last time I see CJ, I land that trick in front of CJ for the best trick for the Fat Pile Jam.
Sweet. And
he was all stoked on it, and I remember I was like, finally some fucking credit around here, you know, because every time I skate the wreck, I'm hurt, I'm injured, I fuck up, and like it just never worked out, you know what I mean? It just was like an error. How you doing?
Josh, a few words. This is Josh
please.
Snow. He is the proprietor of this establishment.
It is better to be good and truthful than to not.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Josh.
Be good, and if not, be good at it, right? That's another thing that you say.
That's what my dear grandma always said.
What a sweetheart. She knew what she was talking about, huh?
Sorry, that's actually a quote from 30 Rotten Scoundrels.
I'm going to go. I forgot.
Don't take the cork off your fork. See you, boys.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
Am I all punched in for that? Cool.
If it doesn't work, let me know.
For sure.
Thanks for letting us do this.
Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you on Friday. We'll do some wings.
What time you want to rock?
Whenever.
You gonna come get wings with us?
Fucking A.
You want to come into town and eat a bunch of hot wings?
Hell yeah.
Right here?
Right here.
You gotta put down a minimum 2 pounds per person.
Easy. I'll do 4 for me. I'll be good.
Yeah, Dallas is in. Dallas is in.
I'm in.
Later, dude. Am I able to take a break and grab a
Do it.
beer really
Do
quick?
it. I'll just sit here and talk anyways,
Okay.
just because, yeah. I'll finish my CJ story when you get back. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to put that shit on wax, too.
Yeah.
Love the Air Jordans, by the way.
Oh, thank you. See, actually, funny thing about these, CJ loved these shoes when I wore them too, which is like really kicking. So
Yeah.
I was wearing these, man.
They're legit. Oh, man. This is so cool, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming back to the show. I'm really happy to have I hate to say like a return guest, but unfortunately I have been on like a hiatus and I haven't been able to record as much because I moved from Oceanside back to the Central Coast. I'm staying upstairs in a little recording studio / office with Kylie's parents, and you know it's a cramped space, you know. So this is really fun to get out, and thank you, Ben, and thank you, Josh, you know, proprietor of O'Sullivan's, here to let us use this space and fucking record and, you know, talk about our scoundrel friends. And I didn't get that Dirty Rotten Scoundrels reference. How embarrassing. But here we are. I'm fucking enjoying myself. I'm super. I have so much that I wrote down to talk about with Ben here. It's so funny. It's so funny. I always take way more notes than I need because the conversation, especially with someone like Ben, who's like my friend, it just comes so naturally, and he comes naturally too. Welcome back.
Hazy double IPAs. God damn it, Josh.
Woo! I know. I'm gonna.
Go.
Can't. Cheers, man.
Cheers. Yeah. Want to try that?
I would love to. You know, COVID, right?
That was fucking last year. You're chilling, dude. You're chilling.
We'll get there in a second.
Oh,
I wanted
boy,
to bring it
okay.
up. It smells like I'm gonna get in a fight at a punk show at Slow.
Don't fight me. I'm still healing from surgery.
I know, isn't? Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, yeah. Can you still play with that right now?
Yeah. So I don't do like a lot of double bass with this project. So this is not my dominant leg. This is not my main bass drum leg. So, but now it's like I bet that I could. It'd probably be kind of good for me to do double bass if I wanted to.
How do you think this is gonna change the way you skate?
I have no idea. I'll figure it out when I get there. Like I'm just, I've been so bored since I've been laid up.
How often did you skate before then? Before you hurt your knee?
Before I got hurt, well, I was skating every weekend. I worked Monday through Saturday, so like I would skate as soon as I got off of work, go to the rec or go and film with Shane or whatever.
Yeah, that's amazing. You just meet up and your friend knows you're gonna film. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's all scheduling too. It's like, hey, like, I'm down to skate when I get off of work, or it's like I'm down to skate on Sunday, which I have a completely day off. So I feel like after, like, I moved back to California, filmed that Secret stuff. I filmed that part with Shane.
What is Secret? Is it a secret?
It's a secret.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I want to make some stuff.
Keep going.
There's like some cool stickers, but yeah, we're just like, Shane's like film thing, I guess.
Right on.
We make skateboards.
I'm just asking because I was looking at everything and I was like, fuck, I don't remember what Brew Sweat is or was. I don't know what Secret is.
Yeah.
The Jean-Luc video, I'm like, I never saw that. And
they're just all imaginary companies.
Well, I get it. I know that, but just like to be like, I have no idea what these are, to like come unprepared like that.
I have no idea either.
Because that's how I felt. I'd be like, have social anxiety because I'd be at the, the Fat Pal premiere. I'd be at the fucking rec with you guys. And I was like, I'm not in the know, but these are my best friends also.
Yeah.
So I feel I get extreme social anxiety, and I don't get anxiety about anything. So to have social anxiety is like, okay, I need 6 beers and a coffee and
all the things.
I'm just gonna put my foot in my mouth, guaranteed. I'm just like, I don't know who that is. I don't know if I should say hi to that person and vice versa. And I'm like, I just gotta ask for my own sake.
So Secret, I have floated the idea of like, we want to make shirts. We want to have stuff for people to wear. And
yeah, I'm jealous of your shirt right there.
CJ gave it to me.
That's see what I mean, like I knew CJ for 11 years. I should have been available enough to fucking say, hey, CJ, how about one of them t-shirts or something too? Well,
actually, it's really funny because there's a pool table right here.
Yeah.
And the second so Fuck Your TV, we also premiered here after you went to the premiere in Slow, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that theater.
It
was amazing.
I actually had a trick in the video.
You did.
That's how long ago it was. Dude.
Yeah, you did. Was it just one or did you have two? You had two clips?
I had one clip, and I remember because Adam was right behind me in the theater, and I didn't expect to be in the video whatsoever, but I was like, dang, wouldn't that be crazy if like they actually had like a clip of me somewhere?
You're in there, bud.
And it was one that Adam, bless his heart, was like one of the only people who would like film me or give me a chance. And
Adam's always down.
Yeah, exactly.
Always down.
And it was the dumbest trick ever. It was literally a wall ride melon grab off on like a banked wall, like in a ditch. And I was like, God damn it.
That's what it was.
And it was so cool to like have like people cheer for you in a way. And Adam, he's like, I filmed that shit. He's right behind me. He's like, yes! I'm like, and then I was thinking about it and I was like, we filmed that in 2013, 2015.
There's some stuff from the archives that were in the video
and I was
sure.
like, so I was happy for a second, and then the rest of me wanted to kill myself because I was like, is it really that hard to like get someone to film something of you? And then I was like, I guess I've lived in Lompoc for 10 years, so it's fucking. Adam lives 6 blocks from me, so it was so much easier.
I always joke around, like, we're in the Fat Pal group text, like, Adam's always like, anybody want to come over and have, like, barbecue and lemonade and watch Tiptoes at my house? And I'm always like, dude, yeah, I'm down. Like, what time should I cruise over? And then, like, he's all like, oh, yeah, cruise over whenever. And I'm like, actually, some shit came up. I'll hit you up another time. So that's, like, the big joke. But I really want to go there because I want to watch Tiptoes with fucking Adam, dude.
What's
like,
Tiptoes?
It's a Matthew McConaughey movie, and then featuring a bunch of like little
Say
people,
no more.
but like the main little person is actually a fake little person.
That's
It's an Adam movie. It's a total Adam movie. But I want to watch Tiptoes with fucking Adam. You know,
me and him. I got high with him and watched River's Edge.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I know.
It's an Adam movie. I can already tell.
It's from the 1980s. It's with It's with Keanu Reeves and the dad from Back to the Future. I can't remember.
Sweet.
Crispin Glover, of course.
God,
the
that guy.
strangest. And Dustin Hoffman's not Dustin Hoffman. I'm fucking drawing a blank right now. He's in Easy Rider. Not Peter Fonda, but fucking I can't think of his name. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But it.
Everybody listening is all like, Dustin, blah, blah, blah.
They're like, God, they're screaming
you
right
fucking
now.
idiots.
Like, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
I will be honest. There's a couple of episodes where like you guys are like talking, and I'm like doing the same thing. And I'm like, oh, come on, you fucking idiots, come on.
I can't believe you listen.
I listen sometimes. Yeah, I listen sometimes.
Yeah, no,
Bruno said my name in his episode, so I'm gonna say Bruno right now because he talked about me in his episode.
I love him. His part 2's come. I have a list of people right here.
Bruno part 2?
Yeah.
Ooh, we should knock that out tonight, dude. Just get it over with.
Oh,
Get
that'd be
Kale
cool.
part 3. I'm looking forward to that shit.
The fucking Return of the Kale. Fucking
Yeah, let's get Kale back in here for part 3. I would love that.
Enema Strikes Back. With
Oh
Kale.
my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. You're on here. That's funny. Yeah, because you're right here. I have a couple of duplicates here. I want to get Dylan on.
Cool. That'd be cool.
I love Dylan, and I realized like I don't know Dylan. I've known Dylan for years, but I was like, I don't know Dylan. Sitting down
Dylan.
and talking to someone is
I fucking love Dylan. I love all those guys, dude.
Yeah,
Like those
and
are
how
my boys.
cool is it to all the exposure he got for that fucking
Oh my God,
rail
dude.
trick he did?
Yeah.
I was there. It was after CJ's service, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna put a rail right here," and I was like, "That's fucking cool." Like
Is that just in front of his house?
it's in front of his fucking house.
Dude, it's like right down over here.
It's right down over there. I'm gonna go over there, and I was like, I don't have many rail tricks, but he's.
He was talking about because he was working on it and he wanted to cut out the middle supporter because he would be able to like get on there a lot easier.
Yeah, and longer.
And then Jankum's like, oh, it's gonna be a big old trampoline now.
yeah,
and then,
boom, boom. Yeah, of
but
course.
it's like
Mr. Welding.
Yeah. But then like a day later, like Dylan's doing the whole rail and he does his whole flip. I don't even know what you'd want to.
I don't know what to
Gonna have to
call
have
it.
Dylan like chime in on that. 'Cause,
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what to call that.
It's so funny that everyone was so excited about it because when I saw it, I was like, "Of course he did that. Why?
Yeah.
That's why he put the rail there. Is that not what he does all the time?"
Dylan is. I can't even get a read on that guy.
But
That guy
but
is-
it literally took like like how much it blew up that little clip did to go like that was fucking amazing, idiot Dallas, you're a fucking asshole. Can you just like shit and stop being, you know what I mean? I'm like fuck. I have a real problem where I'm just like I can't like things that are good. You know what I mean? Like I just like
all the bad things.
it's like jealousy. It's like a jealousy thing or like an envy thing. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not jealous or envious. I could do whatever I want. Like, why couldn't I do that? And I think it's just like this like progressed version of it where it's like, you're an asshole. Like, just say it. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh yeah, assholes live forever. Yeah,
Assholes live
absolutely.
forever.
That's exactly why.
Chris Haslam liked it.
Yeah,
And
of course he
and
did.
then
They
Dylan's-
talked. They fucking
and
messaged
then they
each
talked to
other.
each other. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like
Yeah.
you guys are talking to each other. That's nice.
Every time I talk with a pro online, I'm just like, life is sweet. I'm amazing.
Pretty cool.
It's a great feeling. It's so funny because even though I'm so like negative and like what's the word I'm thinking of, like I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it right now. It's a very obvious word. It's like when you're negative and like
Pessimistic?
If you're so pessimistic about things, like, you know, and just like I'm like, there's another word. I think it's a C word, not cunt, but.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Anyways, just to clarify, like I'm just like whatever. Like, fucking skateboarding's dumb. There's no good skate magazines left. Thrasher sucks now that Phelps gone. Skateboarding's dumb. I don't want to give these people my money anymore. I don't want to know their personal beliefs. Oh my God, they replied to my message. Yeah. You know who's a hard one to get? Sid Melvin. He will not respond to shit.
Oh wow, I love that Bakersfield dude.
Bako, I love him.
Yeah,
I remember
he was always so rad. I
he
love that
was
dude.
one of the earliest skateboarders that I clung to that wasn't popular, like a big
Whoa.
like, you know what I mean? Because like when I started skateboarding, because I saw Bam doing it on Viva La Bam, and I was like, oh, I got to do the skateboarding shit. And then it just turns out I came to school the next fall, and all my friends were skateboarding, and I was like, oh, this is exactly what I had to be doing. Like, now I have friends. This is amazing. This is the first time I had real friends in my life.
Yep.
And there was this old video he had, and I've been trying to find it, and it's nowhere online.
Of Sid?
Yeah, Sid Melvin. It's his Gone Fishing part. It's not.
Was it a Strange Notes thing?
It's a Strange Notes thing, maybe, but I just can't find it, dude. And it's this whole part that is just gone off the internet. But you can watch Sid Melvin clips for days.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, Sid was always really fun to watch, and he's a super nice guy. I've had the opportunity of like skating around.
He's
with him
one of the reasons
Bakersfield.
I tried growing a mustache when I was 13, 14 years old, and I
was
still
like
still to this day I'm like, mustache is coming back. That's right.
He was a Bakersfield mustache guy.
Yeah.
That ripped.
What did they call the Kernside? Their DIY out there. That's right. Oh, it's so good, dude. Is there a bathroom in here? Is there something
It's gonna be around the corner that away.
All right. There's only 2 like rooms in here. I figured out.
Yeah. You'll see a toilet. You go ahead and piss in it. I'll just like talk in here for a while.
You can say whatever you'd like. It is.
It'll be a nice little surprise, a little Easter egg for when you go and listen back.
It will be, but I never go back and listen. I'm gonna go back and listen to this. Oh, there it is.
Wait till he goes in the bathroom. Wait till that door closes. Hopefully he doesn't hear me. Okay. Dallas, I have never spent too much time with before. As far as I know, his last name is Gardner. To my knowledge, I think it's Gardner. Bronson, that's a strong fucking name. He said that he was about to put some grannies in a headlock as soon as we were done recording, which sounds like a lot of fun. Wish I could do that. I'm injured and I can't. It'd be cool to skate and eat a lot with Dallas. He looks like he could eat a lot of meat. Oh my God, and he's back. You find it all right? I hope that you pissed in the bathroom.
I pissed in something. I don't know what it was.
You pissed in something.
Anyways, get back to my lovely guest here.
What were we talking about? I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I think before you went and grabbed a beer, we were talking about CJ, Mark Appleyard, then we're talking about Dylan, then we're talking about skaters and like interfacing with them, and then responding to you, and then ended up on Kern's side.
Yeah. I think it's just like really interesting, which is like the shift, especially with like the internet, Instagram, kind of just like taking over everything. All the blogs are gone. All the websites are like not fun to like look at anymore.
Well, the barracks was never fun to look at.
I've always, and
I'm kidding. I was there every day for years.
It's like, dude, it's like, like Eric Costin, I will say he's probably been like one of my most influential skateboarders. Like I wanted to be Costin when I was a kid. So like,
you kind of look like him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess that's cool. I hope I don't talk as much as that guy, but I love his skateboarding. He's always been very influential on the way I skate. So especially in the early days, and a game of skate, I love a game of skate. Like I'm always gonna tune into a game of skate. Right now, even it's like whatever the fuck they're doing online, it's painful, but it's like I talk about with my friends about like some things happening on the internet, like how things are like abrasive, like somebody took a sheet of grip tape and just rubbed it on your chest. You know what I mean? Like how there's like a lot of that shit on the internet. It's like, God, that's bad, dude. It just like feels like
feels fake, it feels disingenuous, and it feels like not why I started skateboarding.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And when I see skateboarding on the internet, I go, cool, I would have much rather seen this in Strange Notes or on a skate video that I had to wait 6 months, 2 years to watch. I don't fucking like seeing just some cool trick some fucking skate park hero did every fucking 5 seconds online.
If I have to see another fucking clip at Stoner Skate Park or Venice, which is even worse.
Cherry Park, dude.
Dude, all those places. I have friends, like, unless you're my friend, Like, I don't want to see anything that's happening at fucking Stoner or Venice or Cherry. I don't fucking care, dude. Like, it's all fucking boring.
It kills me that parts come out individually now instead of in a ensemble video.
I think it has its strengths and it has its weaknesses. I will always buy a full length. Like, I will always buy a full length. I'll always watch a full length. But,
Absolutely.
you know, like I
need to message Ragdoll my PayPal so I can buy his solo part on DVD that he burned.
What? He has like, is it new?
Yeah.
What?
Brand spanking new. He, I will tell you this. He is a very frail vegan who.
Oh, is he vegan?
He's plant-based. And I'm not going to tell him, like, hey, you know, you could probably skate longer, better, and have better recovery if you weren't vegan. And you could do better things. I'm just going to enjoy that he's still, like, skating and living his own life.
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that he's also had, like, some shit that he's had to sort out and stuff. So
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it takes for him to just, like, continue skating, I was always
He
a
was
fan.
my hero.
I love
As a kid,
watching
he
him
was
skate.
one of my heroes.
Wasn't necessarily like my shit, but it's like I thought he was cool. Like, I appreciate
I
him a
remember
lot.
the first time getting caught dressing like a skateboarder and someone like calling you out. It was Ragdoll, and it was like, it's not even an insult. I'm flattered. Thank you. I was wearing like skinny black jeans, Vans slip-ons, and a Dead Kennedys shirt. And someone at the Lompoc Park didn't know my name. I was like 11 years old, and they were like, the fucking kid who looks like the Ragdoll. Fucking kid. And I was like, thank you. That's
Cool.
me. What can I do for you? No, I don't pop or flip my board at all. I hippie jump shit. What's up?
Just a jump from stair set to stair set.
Yeah, and I did, and it's amazing. I was asking you actually how do you think the knee injury is gonna change the way you skate? Because when I quit skateboarding for that year, and then I got that foundation board and I ended up fucking skating with you, oddly enough, I skated differently. It was like my execution, like the idea of like what tricks I wanted to do and like how I approached things changed because I had so much time off and time away from something. I got to like restart, did like a hard reset kind of. And I started doing switch tricks, which I had never done before. So I really like to throw in a couple switch tricks. It feels really, really good.
I think that like I've always loved like a game of skate. So like I'm always like skating, switch, nollie, fakie, whatever.
Yeah.
Like and then last year especially, it's like, you know, the whole thing with like COVID was like kind of scary for a second. Nobody was driving on the freeways. Like everybody was kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
That was the best part.
That was the best part. It was so great. But it's like, okay, what am I allowed to do? I kind of went through some shit. Like I went through a bad back injury. Like I got broken up with and I got shingles all at the same time. Like it was like kind of, I was like, fuck.
Were you born on an Indian burial ground?
I don't know, dude. I think it was just like my time to just like something bad to happen. And I'm like, I think I'm done skating. You know, like I think I've done what I've wanted to do. I think I'm done.
You what was it? Slaps 1 in a million.
Oh my god!
In 2008?
Dude, I had to fucking say it, dude.
It's
God,
right here,
God
bitch!
damn it! Why'd you fucking say it? Dallas! Oh! Why'd you say it? No! I'm just kidding.
So you did a lot.
Anyways.
Okay. I think I like picked up slap in 07 and just missed like 08 for some reason.
Okay. Coming back to our regular scheduled broadcast.
All right.
Okay. So like I was dealing with this back injury. I didn't know if I needed surgery or not. Like I got shingles. I was like beat up over this girl that I was seeing, and I was just like, I'm done skating. You know, I'm done. And then like the week that I went back to work after I realized I didn't need back surgery is when lockdown happened.
Oh.
And UPS was just I work for UPS for the record.
Okay.
It was just busier than ever. It's like everybody's buying toilet paper and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, it was a crazy time. And I'm like, fuck, like I need to, I can't like hang out with people.
Delivery dream, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like I can't hang out with people. What am I going to do? It's like I kind of like fell in love with skateboarding, and I was doing a lot of slappies, which has like never been like what
I noticed that.
I was doing like I'd never done a frontside slappy in my life, but I just like ran myself into a curb until I learned.
It was
how
so
to do
happy.
it.
I was like, oh, I have another gay friend. It was like oh, like
That was
they
my
do
coming.
exist.
That was my coming out part. Like I made a whole part of me coming out on the red curb. It was awesome. But you know what? I had so much fun, just like, and I was also like filming once things kind of like, everybody started feeling more comfortable. I got the whole thing and blah, 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 blah. But like, you know, like eventually like going out and filming and trying to like push myself at like spots as opposed to like doing some weird, gross tech trick on a red curb. Yeah. Which ultimately led to me like getting smoked at the end of the year and like getting knee surgery.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But,
all right, hold on. Let's start from the beginning here. You started skating red curbs after the not needing back surgery.
Not needing back surgery.
And it was just like, the beautiful thing about skateboarding is some of the best skateboarding people do is in solitude, is when no one else is around, because it pretty much just like creates like a situation of learning and advantage, and it gives you no judgment. It's like a free training where like you're not skating with your friends. There's no friendly competition. There's no pressure to impress someone. You skate pretty individualistic, which is why a lot of people start skateboarding. And it is an individual sport, even when you're with your friends.
I had a lot of fun last year skating by myself. Yeah. It was great.
I just skateboarded by myself recently. Same thing, where it's just like, this is like what skateboarding is about. I've skated, the shit that I've done by myself, way more impressive than other people have been around. And I hate that. I'm like, I remember I did a big spin backside nose blunt revert on a quarter pipe bank thing.
That's tech as fuck.
Yeah. And it was just like, I'll never do that when someone's around. You know, I can't even big spin anymore. This is 10 years ago when it made more sense for me to be able to do shit like that. And I was just like, fuck, man. Like, no one's ever going to see that. No one's ever going to know. And I can't backside nose blunt anymore. I can't do any of that shit.
Yes, you can.
But that's why. You're right.
Yeah, yes, you can.
You give me a month, like, just doing, skating 3 days a week. I'll be right as rain. But. So you hurt your knee at the end. Was that after you got COVID?
Yeah, it was on December 27th.
You got. Let's dial it back to the summer. You got COVID, and did we talk about having a podcast before you got COVID? After?
I think that we talked about it, and then.
Because this was supposed to happen over a year ago.
Yeah, over a year ago
About
now.
A year ago,
and then you were down, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm back. I'm back in California because I had to get quarantined in Oregon because it was my first day of being on vacation to see my sister. And then you sent me a video. It was like, hey, Kylie's really concerned because you had COVID and none of us want to get it and blah, blah, blah. And I was all like...
Call her out like that.
I was like, fuck you, Kylie, because I wanted to do this podcast a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm way cooler now than I was a year ago. Fuck you, Kylie.
And also, it was like... in my head, I was like, this shit's going to be over by at least June. Come on. And it was so much scarier back then. I remember like the first time I put on a bandana or like a covering over my face, and it was just like, shit's real. Like this is real different. Like I'm out here, I had a bandana and I was like, I am a road warrior out here. The shelves are empty at the store. Everyone's avoiding each other. There's no cars on the road. It was weird. In Lompoc, it was pouring rain. It was gray skies, pouring rain, empty shelves. No one was around. It was like very post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
I've been having nightmares about a post-apocalyptic Lompoc ever since then. even before then, but now like especially, like I'll go to sleep and I'll be getting ready for bed and I think I'm gonna have one of those tonight. I can feel it. And it happens, and it's so fucking weird.
Dude, you know what? Like now that you said that, like I'm having this weird deja vu right now, and I'm not to take away about your post-apocalyptic like sensations that have been happening, but like I went to sleep last night. I don't know. I had a weird night's sleep. Like I have a cat that was like not wanting to be inside or outside. Too many covers, not enough covers, kind of situation. Letting it out at like 4 a.m. I finally go to my bed around like 5, and I felt like a tap on like my shoulder, like right here. And I don't know why, but like the first thing I thought was like CJ like pulling a prank on me, and it was like so weird, dude. Like it was like really odd. And then like when I'm getting dressed, the first shirt that I saw was like this one, the one that he gave me, which is like, whoa, like there's like weird premonitions with that. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely, it's weird how the universe kind of like reaches out and touches you like that.
Yeah.
No pun intended, because you had that tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I see him.
Dude, we were at me and Dustin and CJ's like brother and sister. Like I was going to watch everybody skate at the skate park, but I happened to see everybody at the site, and I parked my car at the church. And then we're all like talking. We're like I'm always like seeing somebody, and we'll share like a CJ story or whatever.
I drove by and someone was standing there. I gave him a honk and a wave.
Fuck yeah!
And I think it was a young lady. I don't know who it was.
Probably, I would say if I was a betting man, it was probably Miranda, probably CJ's sister.
Okay, it was probably her.
Probably, like they're always like doing some work over there. Anyhow, like we're talking, and I like it's like CJ's brother is like facing me, and then like I kind of like just like look, and then he thought the same thing because it looked like CJ was like walking towards the site, and I'm just like, and then he turned around, I was like, whoa, I thought that was CJ like walking up right now, and I'm like, whoa, that's fucking crazy.
It happened to me. Like this week, someone pulled up in a car, and I was like, "Oh shit! My friend's dead. That's not him. Fuck." And it just like it's happened at least 3 fucking times since then. I'm like, it happened down in Oceanside too, where I thought I saw him, and I was like, "Well, there's no fucking way that could be him down here. It wouldn't be him down here if he was still around anyways, because it's way far away." And it was just like.
CJ was like down for adventure at the same time too. So
you're right. I'm being fucking cynical. That's the C word I was thinking of earlier.
Okay.
Cynical, bitch. Thank you,
that's
CJ.
That's a huge C. That's a big C.
Cynical. That's an SC.
That's a
SoCal C.
But he's always like. We're always like side notes, like aside, like up the yin yang for sure. But like CJ's always like around. He's surrounding us like no matter fucking what, dude. Like he was the fucking best. He was always my favorite skateboarder. He was the fucking best guy. Love that guy, dude.
So
if there's one thing I want to put on wax, besides like Tony's mom, like reaching out to give her son skateboarding advice, is that CJ was the fucking best guy ever. He was the best at everything: art, skateboarding, being a human. He just had all the answers. He was the best fucking guy. Like, I goddamn love that guy. The best.
I couldn't agree more.
Fuck yeah.
You put it down. It's fucking good. It's hard to work around that. I don't want to not talk about CJ. You know what I mean?
I got stories for days, dude.
You tell me a good CJ story. What's the first one that came to mind just now when you smiled?
Probably the first one that came to mind was probably like it was a more recent one too, because I have like even like in the building that we're in right now, like so many cool like CJ stories. And like I'm like, dude, where's all CJ's artwork? And he said that he just gave like his artwork back to him right before he passed, right? But a cool one was we're all up in Slow. Our friends have a house that they live in called the Crossroads, like all the homies over there.
I have been there.
You been there?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you know those dudes.
No, I've just been there.
Oh, okay.
Been to shows there. I don't know those dudes.
Oh yeah. So like that's like the old school spot right over there. Yeah. But like now it's just like a bunch of skate homies that live there.
Oh, that's cool.
But for some reason, there's a bunch of homies there. I think it's like like Gus and like all the new like Enjoy homies that are like coming up and stuff like that. Gus, who also fucking rules. I love that dude.
Love him.
Love Gus. All these dudes are there, and we're all at Crossroads. I made the executive decision to just like get drunk and just like sleep on the floor over there. And I'm like, yeah. And then CJ happened to be there. So he went and did like some graffiti shit. He did like his hand CJ thing.
I know, how fucking iconic.
Dude, unreal, dude.
So good.
It's the best, dude. Like I love it. And then I think that we ran out of like beer or something. And CJ comes back with like a 6-pack of Juneshine and a pack of Modelo's. And then he kept saying Modelo time and the Juneshine. And I was like, what? And so he had a pint glass and he would fill it like half with like Juneshine, but he'd always be licking his lips. He'd be like, and he had his teeth out.
He had that extra lick.
Yeah.
On
So he had his teeth out when he was doing it, and so he'd pour it like halfway with June Shine, and then he would like crack open a Modelo, and he'd fill the rest of the pint glass. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he would chug it, but you have to like rub your stomach when you chugged it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, I want to do one of those. And so we just like kept saying Modelo time in the June Shine. And then we like pour the June Shine, lick your lips. And then you pour the Modelo. And then you have to like rub your stomach as you chugged it. He's like, whoa, like you're like the best at doing it. It's like Nate Hoover, like he did it. His girlfriend did it. The June Shine and the Modelo's, they were just like gone. And there's like a life-size cutout of Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator 2.
That's amazing.
In the room. So we're just like talking about like all the awesome, like I love the Terminator franchise. Like we have like a secret combination that I talk about. It's like 214653. That's, yeah.
What's that?
That is the Terminator's best to worst. 214653. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Best to worst Terminators.
The secret. Okay.
Yeah. So that's like I just gave you my secret combination to the best Terminator series there. Okay.
That's so funny. That's my social security number. Too.
Oh, dude. Mine too, eh? And then, so later on in that night, so like we're talking about Terminator. Everybody stayed awake. I think I woke up early in the morning to go surf. I was sleeping on the floor. I've told the story quite a bit to like all the homies that, like we all love CJ, all the, talking about CJ stories and stuff. But I was sleeping on the floor. Everybody was still awake. It's like 3 a.m. I knew that I was waking up early to go surf. And the Velvet Underground song, Sweet Jane came on, if you're familiar with that song. And, like Gus is in the corner right over here. And then everybody's on the couch and CJ's like standing up. And he's like, listen, it sounds like they're saying my name. CJ. He just like kept saying the whole entire song. And I'm trying to go to sleep. And he's like stepping all over me. And I'm like kind of drunk. And I'm just the only, like I've been friends with CJ for like over 15 years, like close to 20 years. That was the only time in that, time that I knew CJ that I was like, I wasn't even pissed at him because even a couple of days later,
irritated.
I was irritated. I'm like, fuck, man, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, go to bed. And he's like stepping all over me. I saw Gus like try to get up and he like knocked over a bong and stuff. Like it was just one of those nights. And I'm like on the floor like, fuck, just go to bed. But even a couple of days later, I thought it was just like super funny. And I just never thought of that song the same like after that night. But now it's just like, fuck, that night was like so funny. That's like that was the first CJ story that came to my mind, which is like it happened last year. I've known the guy for so long, cool. But like that was the first one that came to my mind right now. So whenever I hear that song by the Velvet Underground, I'm like, dude, that is the CJ song.
God,
what a fucking trip.
Yeah, fucking love that guy. That guy was.
I hate that we can't drive to the rec and just meet up with him right now. Yeah, I can't go to the rec, meet up with anyone right now because it's gone.
Yeah.
And it in my head, it's just like, oh man, that makes me happy. I can't wait to.
Yeah.
Oh well, fucking, I can't go back.
Yep. Well, I feel like that there's got to be some sort of shift that's happening. Like I feel like we got to do a little more fight. There's got to be a little more like spoken. I hate the word activism because I don't know. Like
it could be associated with people who kind of are cringe, maybe doing it for the wrong reasons.
Totally. And
but sticking up for what you believe in.
Yeah, and I think like Central Coast skateboarding is something that we really need to really just speak out about, just for like our city to realize what the fuck is going on with like what's happened in the past, what's happening around us, and what's happening right now. And it's like
it's really fractured.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It feels like the rec's gone, CJ's gone, and it's very fractured. It's very hurt.
It's very, very hurt. It's incredibly hurt. But there's got to be some sort of shift that comes with the hurt at the same time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like
a rebirth.
Something is going to happen. Like something is nothing like bad. It's like like something good has got to be coming in favor of what's that?
New season.
Yeah.
Seasons change.
Yeah.
There's good in every season.
Yeah. So I feel like that something is on the horizon, but I guess we're just like playing it out right now. Like we will be heard, and I hope that I could be a part of it one way or another. Like that's That's all I know.
I mean, inevitably, yeah.
I hope so.
We should start spitballing.
Yeah. I'm talking to some people, like I meet with some people to like kind of have these conversations about like skateboarding around here and stuff, and I really want to just be a part of it, even though I can't skate right now. But
Yeah.
one of these days.
Doesn't mean anything.
I guess going
How many
back,
people went to the reg and didn't skate?
fuck man, there were so many of them. All those Lost Boys at Neverland, dude. That was Neverland.
Exactly what it became.
It's definitely Neverland.
What a trip. I think if, honestly, if it didn't have the crowd it started to attract, it'd still be there. But I think part of me, they were like, oh, okay, there's like camps over here. There's like, police getting called. People are getting fucked up. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think it was a homeless issue for sure, but you know, the owners of the land, they were going to do something no matter what.
But they had been threatening that for so long that I don't know necessarily. Yeah, I'm not saying
it's hard to say.
I'm not
It's
saying
hard
I'm
to say.
right and you're wrong. I'm saying that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
It could be.
for sure. I'm just more so surprised that it was around as long as it was for the last time for it to be just like completely done. You know,
Yeah.
it was around for like 4 or 5 years,
Just
That's
untouched by people, and it was just like
And gathering
we're
attention,
in a
good attention.
society.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
crazy, so crazy. But I guess circling back to what you're talking about,
Yeah.
how I guess like what this knee surgery is going to do to my skateboarding.
Yeah.
Because you did talk about that like 5 hours ago. I think that I'll probably just go back to like skating curbs in the meantime, like maybe just games of skate.
Yeah.
I really want to join. Do you know Phil? You know Phil?
Yeah, of course. The switch tray.
Yeah.
group.
So that's what I really want to join that list before the end of the year because like, I already
meant
had
to
skating.
before the end of, I think, maybe last year even. I don't know. Whenever he started, I was like, oh, I'm on this. I can switch tray. It's one of those tricks that like you always have in your back pocket. And you're like, oh, I got it. I don't need to do it. I can flip it perfectly.
And I'm watching all these people that are doing it right now. It's like I know that I could do it.
You're
and
like,
I have
this
the end of the
asshole
year
can do it. I can definitely do it.
And I've done it. I've done it a million times. But like, I really wanted to like just prove to myself that I could still do a switch 360 flip after having major knee surgery.
Switch tray, kind of like a nollie tray. Did a nollie tray first try. It was the only time. My first time trying it, I was like,
For Hannah.
fuck that shit, dude. Oh my god.
Sorry, I just thought of
knew
it right
you
now.
were gonna bring it up. I have it written down right
No way,
here.
nuh-uh. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna burp a lot. I don't know. if I'll
Part
go
of the
with it.
reason we fucking moved.
Oh shit!
Yeah. That's out of the podcast. now.
Okay, okay.
It's hopefully the last one will ever happen.
All right. So I will never do that ever again.
I also don't care. Also, you know how flattering it is that you even know.
I listen.
But I know. I guess. You said you listened to... I don't expect anyone... When my friends make things, I go, that's nice, sweetie. You know? It's like, oh, good for you. You know?
Your homie do you.
Yeah,
you
I'm like,
do
yeah,
you,
of course, dude.
You're my
you have a
homie.
band? Oh, you guys make music? Right on, man. That's cool. Nah, I'm not going to go to your shows.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, like, I don't expect any of, like, my, like, close friends to listen to this podcast at all. Anytime they say they do or, like, mention it, I'm like, that's very nice.
I listen.
I get like, I'm like, oh, there's so many better things I could be doing. I don't know, man. I gotta go. Shit makes me antsy, but yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for, that's the only one that I'll do. I thought that was like still a thing.
No, it's so funny because
not
it
a thing,
still
then
is
it's
the thing to people because I haven't put it down on wax that situation didn't end well.
Gotcha.
That's part of the reason why we're up here.
I'm sorry.
You did nothing wrong.
Sorry.
You did everything you should have. You know, the name of the show is called Bad Etiquette, right? Like you can stop looking. It's not.
I don't know. It looks like my name.
It is your name.
You said the
It is your
name. The name of the show is Bad Etiquette.
I know.
But you just pointed at my name.
Just parroting. Here. Yeah. There's been
All highlighted, all hard.
fucking yeah. There's a dick drawn here somewhere. Damn, dude. Fucking. How'd you catch COVID? What do you think?
I am 100% certain that it was from work.
UPS. Those bastards.
Yeah. Fuck those guys. Fuck UPS.
That's not what you should say, dude. Gainfully employed. I used to work for UPS.
Yeah, I know.
don't for a reason.
I know. They can't fire me. I'm a union employee.
Oh, really? Is that what that means?
Yeah, I'm a union. You can't fire me.
Whenever
I can slander them all I want.
That's amazing.
But I don't mean it. They gave me fucking badass healthcare, so like,
That's cool.
That's
you have
cool.
to wear shorts, though. I don't think men should wear shorts unless they're swimming or fighting or fucking.
I don't know. I have a dope
That's about
ass,
it.
dude. I'll wear shorts all day.
Yeah, but like.
I have a badass ass.
Oh, tell me a Blake story, dude.
Oh no.
That was one of the. I asked the guys, my group chat. I was like, "Hey, I got Ben on the podcast today. Wish I talked to him about. I'm gonna open it, see if there's anything."
Blake's story. What is the first? Fuck, dude.
You know, there's a slap message board with you on it and your name on it. 1 in a million winner.
No way.
08 Ben Cabreana's full interview. Yeah, Googling people is fun.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
There I was.
Don't think about it. It's 13 years ago.
A teenager ago. God damn it. Blake's story.
While you're thinking about it, I gotta. Oh my god. Okay, so
Go ahead.
Someone said.
Go ahead.
Okay, someone said, ask him if he's horny. Someone said, not 1 in a million.
Thank you. Thank you. Whoever said that, thank you. Thank you. You know better.
It was
Thank
Bruno.
you.
And then someone said, ask him if he can beat Bruno at Marvel versus Capcom.
Oh, that's a fucking burner Bruno account for sure. Bruno is definitely okay. So we were here. I always loved Marvel vs. Capcom because they had it at the movie theaters, but I never owned it. Like his ass probably owned it. Like I've beaten Street Fighter 2 blindfolded, legitimately with witnesses, and I do want to do it live one day. But you know, like that's my favorite game. But like Marvel vs. Capcom, Bruno is fucking good at that game. And the sticks, like the joystick and stuff, was like really, there's buttons that were malfunctioning. And he's like, oh, I'm going to kick your ass at Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm like, okay, dude, like I'm fine that happens. I didn't play that game a lot. And he won. So he's going to hold on to that. But I beat his ass at Street Fighter. And he, like, the deciding factor is we both play Super Smash Bros., the new one. You're not a video game guy. I know. Okay.
You can still talk
Bruno,
to me.
I'm coming after you, brother. Mega Man is coming after you, brother. I'm going to get you. Link does not stand a chance, brother.
That's good, dude. Fuck. Who's your favorite? Who's your go-to guy?
Mega Man.
Mega Man?
Yeah, Mega Man. That blue bastard.
I don't know who I'd pick in Marvel vs. Capcom. I've played like the arcade game before. I don't remember all the characters.
I would fucking love if I owned that game as a kid because it's like the ultimate like collab mashup game. It has like X-Men and Capcom and cool people. Like I'm a cartoon nerd. Like I love fucking cartoons and shit and video games. But I never owned it. Never owned it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're still a complete person, right? You know, minus a knee and a back and a...
Yeah, minus all that.
You have COVID antigens. It's okay. All right. So someone said, ask him about buying Shane donuts.
Oh, okay. So there's, I don't know how it started, but we talked about like when we were kids, like landing tricks and like chalky don-dons, like getting chocolate donuts after landing a trick was like chalky don-dons. It was like always a thing.
Yeah.
And
ours, that's so funny. I had something similar. Ours was Alpine Chicken Sammy's from Quiznos.
Dude,
in Santa Maria.
Quiznos is bomb, dude. I love Quiznos.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I think there's one on the way to
Oregon.
No, maybe there is, but I can't confirm that. But on the way to Joshua Tree, like over there, I did go to Quiznos like last year.
Cool.
So
I am glad to hear they're still around.
Yeah, still around. Bomb sandwich. So chalky don-dons was like always a thing. Landing a trick, it would be like, yeah, chalky don-dons if you get it this try. And then he did a trick recently, and it was across the street from a donut shop, and I ran across Miller. It was like busy as fuck. I was like Frogger just running across the street.
Okay.
I got like some chocolate donuts.
The double set?
It was no.
Remember the donut shop used to be there next to the double set next to Ross.
So there is
99-cent store.
Yeah, so
sets?
that's not the spot that we were skating, but
realize.
it was like another spot close by. It's like a 3 flat to the street. That one over there. I don't even a bank maybe. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
But Shane got a trick, and I ran. One of the last times I ran, and I got like some chocolate donuts, and he filmed me like running across the street, all happy with like some donuts for him. But yeah, Chalky Don Dones.
Bug, dude. That's cool. Yeah, ours was Alpine Chicken Sammy's from Quiznos. I used to skate with I lived in Santa Maria next to Waller Park for a little bit, so I was always at the CVS right there. They had the Six Stair in front. They had the loading dock in back by Kohl's and Yogurt Creations and Yanagi. Oh, Yanagi. There's the Yanagi Gap in front.
There's a donut shop over there?
No, but...
Betaravia?
Yeah, it's... No. This is McCoy and Broadway. I'm not talking about a donut shop. I'm talking about where I used to skate. My
gotcha.
donuts was Quiznos.
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe I'm getting a little hungry. My bad.
Okay. I want some fucking donuts when we're done. There's a donut place next to here.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
There actually is. There's Bakery on Main Street right over there. If it's open, let's get some donuts.
I'd love to. That sounds great.
Let's do it.
That's my favorite thing about doing a podcast is the food date afterwards. That's fucking cool.
A fun fact about me, I don't know if
Please.
you know.
I want to hear all the fun facts about you because I don't even know what to ask.
I have always eaten really fast and a lot ever since I was a kid. Like I've always had like a big appetite, and I've always eaten a lot.
I feel like I've known so many people like you that are like talented, ethnic, sweethearts, like I adore, and then they eat more than me and faster than me. It's like a metabolism thing that is always like a constant. And I love that. You remind me of my friends Sage and Vince Trujillo from Napomo.
I don't know them.
That's okay. It doesn't matter.
But if they want to eat, let's eat. That's my favorite thing in the world. What sucks is I'm not able to burn off the calories that I'm normally used to burning off. But
you're not as active. You're not running. You're not getting in and out of the truck, and then you're not skateboarding and
not doing all the fun things that I'm used to doing. But which is fun because I've gained 17 pounds since my surgery.
It's so funny that you gaining weight looks perfectly normal and healthy, and I couldn't tell that you gained weight because like this might be maybe the skinniest I've ever been in my life.
You look good. You look good.
No, stop right there. I don't want to hear it. No compliments, please. I didn't need to hear it. It's so funny.
I don't know. I'm gonna need you to stand up and like just turn around, just like
no. I got a wagon,
just turn
and
around,
a dump truck and a half.
Turn around.
Fuck, what were we talking about? I used to skate with my friend Colby Bystrom over there. I just trying to give him a shout out because I love him, and he was the first person that ever would film me, and we used to film on his little digital camera, just like when you take pictures with, you used to just do video, and we used to do the marking of the video with the palms because we didn't know that was for film and not digital. Right. And we're just like, they do it in the fucking, I don't know why they're doing it. Because you saw it in every video from 99 to 04 for some reason. So. Yeah. That was my spot, and we'd always go get Alpine Chicken Sammy's at fucking Quiznos.
Fuck yeah.
That was the best thing ever. I wish that it was still around. I wish there was something even fucking close.
To relive it.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Wiener Schnitzel right here?
Oh my God. I love Wiener
Schnitzel.
Everybody talks so much shit about Wiener Schnitzel and Arby's, and I love
I love those both,
Yes. Fuck yeah. I love Arby's.
You know how long it's
been
since I've had a genuine high five out of sheer excitement?
That's some real shit, dude. That's some real shit. I love both those spots.
Fucking God, dude.
Wiener Schnitzel is right over there, dude.
Yeah, I almost went there instead of In-N-Out.
Okay. Oh, Blake Stories. Okay.
Blake Stories.
Okay, Blake Stories. Okay, so
I don't know who Blake is.
So before he bought my dad's RV,
this is Blake Shelton, right?
Blake Davis.
Oh, okay.
My best friend,
really
Blake.
Close.
Yeah. So
Blake.
he used to live in a van before he bought my dad's RV, and sometimes he would just like stay right there.
Yeah.
And he loves Wiener Schnitzel. He would always dress up going back to King Cheese. He'd always dress up like the king and go to Wiener Schnitzel and order 20 chili cheese dogs. Whoever wants to eat them, he'll probably eat 15 in one sitting or whatever.
I relate to this man a lot.
Yeah. He can put it away. and then go right to sleep. Like that's how Blake operates. But there was one time where he was living in the van, and he had hot dog buns, and he had hot Cheetos and sriracha, and he was just like make these like hot Cheeto like hot dogs and pour sriracha all over it, and he'd be like, dude, if you look at Wiener Schnitzel, it's like you could taste it. And so and then he would just convince himself that he's eating Wiener Schnitzel because he's looking at the big W
in the van.
Yeah. We'd stand in the parking lot like right there, just like it's cold as fuck, and we're just like eating like hot dogs.
So close.
Yeah, so close. And he didn't want to walk across the street, and then he would just go right to sleep because he convinced himself that he ate Wiener Schnitzel, which is like a...
What a sweetheart. This man sounds great.
Yeah, he's one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Does he live around here?
He lives off the side of the freeway by the beach.
So he lives around here, is what you're saying.
Close, like by Refugio, kind of. Like
that's close.
Close, yeah, close.
When you said that, I thought, oh, he lives like in a tent under a bridge.
No, like he upgraded. He was in the van for a couple of years, and then he got the RV from my dad.
Oh, that's badass, dude.
Yeah, so now he's got like some serious walking around room. Okay.
Serious walking. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'll tell you a really funny Blake story. Okay, I don't want to incriminate myself at all, but fuck it, I'll talk about it a little bit. So like Blake, he didn't tell me where he was like staying for a really long time, like. A group text between my cousin Matt and Blake. Like my cousin Matt is like really obsessed with like knowing people's locations. So like, find my friends or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm similar.
Right. So and I get it, but like Blake, like we're all like pranking each other a lot.
Yeah.
So when Blake really wanted to do like the van life thing, he's like, I can't let you guys know where I'm staying because you guys are gonna come and like fuck with me, right?
Yeah.
So he did not let us know where he was staying for a long time. Once he started living in a van, and then on my birthday during quarantine last year, he kind of was like, hey, just like, you know, like we'll grill some food where I stay, and it was like, so he had to give me the location.
Yeah.
And so like, go to the beach. We're just like, I drank like a lizard's mouth at like noon and a bunch of like fruity beers, and I'm just like pretty drunk just by the time it's like 6 o'clock. We go live in his van. We have like a dance 80s band called Four Shoulders that we do. We're going live in the van before he went like viral. You know, he's like a TikTok influencer. He's got like 100,000 followers these days. It's
That's
like
badass.
It's crazy.
What the fuck?
So weird. Like it's not my shit, but it's his shit. Love that guy. And so like I found myself just like going down to his location quite often. And it was my friend's birthday down in Palm Desert, so we went down there. Everybody had at least a little bit of mushrooms on them or whatever. Yeah. So I had a little bit of mushrooms on me. Oops. Had a little bit of mushrooms on me. I didn't eat all of them, so I brought back some, knowing that Blake would probably want some because he was kind of a psychonaut at the time.
Nice.
And we're in the van. I'm drinking some beers, and I'm like, hey, I have some mushrooms from last weekend that I didn't eat.
Yeah.
And he's all like, ooh, let me have some. And like these are like some pretty strong mushrooms, so I gave him one. Yeah. And then some time passed. He's like, ooh, give me some more mushrooms. And I'm like, all right. So I gave him one, and then like an hour passed. So like it's been like an hour and a half since he ate like the first like stem and cap.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got any more mushrooms? I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? And he's all like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? He's like, give me more mushrooms. And I'm like, okay. So I gave him one more, right?
Yeah.
And not like I had like an abundance of mushrooms on me, but like I had, just a little bit that I didn't eat. And so like we're like what we would do, like he has his personal account on one phone, and then we have like our Four Shoulders like dance account on the other phone. So we go live, we got the lights going. I'm wearing like he's wearing like a orange bow tie. He's shirtless, wearing like gold like Aladdin pants, and then he's got like this like psychedelic like memorabilia on the wall over here. He's got his futon, and that's all the camera sees. And then I'm wearing a blue top, like the Dumb and Dumber, like blue top hat that's like this, with like a black wig that goes down to here, some sunglasses, and some short shorts that like pretty much like you could probably see my balls. Like if I'm like standing up or whatever. And we're going live, and then Blake just starts laughing uncontrollably, right? And so I grab both the phones, and I'm like, all right, this is over. So like usually we give like a goodbye, like we're done.
Yeah, sign off.
Yeah, sign off. And then I'm just like, all right, this is done. So I get done with both of them. There's like a disco light going. I'm sitting on a bucket that he takes a shit in when he was living in the van, but it's flipped upside down. So like I don't get like the shit fumes all over my butt. And I'm just like crushing beers, right? Just like a pile of IPAs like right next to me. And Blake's just like on his futon, just like, I think these mushrooms are really strong. And I'm like, I told you, dude, like I'm gonna go to my car and get some water. And my car is parked right behind his van, right?
Yeah.
So I get out of the van, I'm holding a beer. So let me remind you, I'm wearing this top hat, a wig, sunglasses, no shirt, and these like
short shorts.
These short shorts. I open the door to go to my car to get some water, and I look to my left, and there's a couple of cops knocking on car windows at this point off the side of the freeway, and I'm like, oh shit! Like, and then I go back in the van, and I'm like, I tell Blake the last thing that you want to hear when you're on psychedelics is like, hey Blake, there's a couple of cops like knocking on like car windows right like 2 cars ahead of the van. And he's all like, shut the door. Whoop-ah. I close the door really quick. He turns the lights off. And then like from me to you, we're just like looking at each other in pure silence and pure darkness. Like we're telepathically communicating to each other, right? And then we eventually hear, open up in there. And I'm just all, fuck. And Blake is just like on the futon like this. He's all, Ben, you better open that door.
Just let
And I'm sitting on a bucket that he shits in. Right next to me is just like, a pile of IPA cans. There's a bunch of knives that Blake has with a bunch of weed crumbles next to like a disco light. So the door opens, the 2 cops with flashlights like, how you guys doing tonight? First thing they see is knives and weed and disco lights. And then Blake is just like, how you guys doing tonight? And Blake's just like, we're making TikTok videos. I'm dressed in this wig, and Blake is laying down. I just look at him, and I'm like, we're going to jail right now. I thought that we were done. And the cops are like, oh, that's cool. Is there a Rebecca in here? And I'm like, Rebecca? Is like, yeah, we had a 911 call from a person named Rebecca. Like, we're just doing a courtesy check to see if like she's in here or if she's doing okay. They took a look around and we're like, no, there's no Rebecca in here. And they just kind of looked and they're like, okay, you guys have a good night. Bye-bye. And close the door like all quick. Blake is full on peeking on mushrooms, dressed in an orange bow tie. I'm like in this wig, sitting on this bucket that he takes a shit in the van.
Oh my God.
So that's a fun Blake story. He lost his mind after that happened. That was like really funny.
When you do mushrooms or are like, the universe knows.
Yeah.
And it makes shit like that happen.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't done like
I've never done a whole dose. I've only done microdosed,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the things I was going to bring up earlier. That kind of changed the way I skate.
Yeah.
I skateboarded microdosing on mushrooms, and I went like I was like maybe a little above micro, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You'd consider. I was like I feel fucking great. I know I'm on mushrooms right now.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like I felt more in touch with my skateboard than I had ever. So
It's so fun. I mean, I used to really explore with the psychedelics when I was younger.
Oh yeah, I've done a bunch of acid to sidebar.
Yeah,
that's
good
what I've
time.
done.
Good time. It's not how I am these days so much.
Yeah, me neither.
I think there's
Not
a
at
time and
all.
a place, and I think it's rad. But I just don't have the desire to just like bomb on just like a handful of whatever.
I have
these
shit
days.
to do.
Yeah,
100%. Like I've never not either. I got to go to jujitsu, or I got to meet up with a friend, or I'm around family, or I'm with my girlfriend and her family, or I got to do a podcast. Like there is never a time when it's like, oh, clearly I'm gonna do mushrooms right now. This is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
But you know, when I was a teenager living, you know, at my mom's, it was like she's gone at work all day. I don't have a job. She doesn't really care where I'm at. You know, I've always been a latchkey kid, so it's like I'm gonna fucking do mushrooms and come home at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to like wind down.
Yeah.
100% wind. Did I say mushrooms?
Yeah.
I meant acid.
Oh,
I
cool.
I meant acid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just caught myself because I've never actually gone all the way with mushrooms.
Man, I think they're cool. I think they're super cool.
I think they're very cool. A lot of my favorite people do them and like them, and I like those people. So, correlation does not equal causation, but I call them like I see them.
Yep. There's a million Blake stories. You wanted a Blake story? That was that
That's
one.
so good.
There's so many Blake stories, like just.
I won't press you.
Way
for 'em.
too many Blake
We'll
stories,
get there.
but that
We'll
is
get
like
to in our friendship, guaranteed. So
yeah,
don't even worry
Blake
about it.
is unfortunately my best friend, and so like I've seen just like some crazy sides of Blake that just made me just be like, wow, like he is cut from a different cloth, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot. You know what I mean?
I love those people. That's similarly how I feel about Nate Eller.
God. Yeah,
Nate
yeah.
the Great, or
Nate the Great.
insubordinate Nate. He's Nate the Great, dude. He would be at home in like on a field, like he's a drummer and he loves, punk rock, and
Yeah.
he's a, have you ever seen him like skate? Like he doesn't skate like you and I do. He literally steps on a skateboard, goes as fast as humanly fucking possible, and just like carves and just like slashes around.
He'll get a truck on something and
it
make
is
a grinding
the
sound.
crazy. It's just like I get like nervous watching him, and then he'll just
love
like
it.
eat shit and just like roll out and just like laugh about it. And I'm like, how the fuck are you like?
That guy's crazy, man.
He, as much as he is like a drummer and everything, he should really just be on a Viking battlefield with a big like sword or axe or some
he'd
like
be
knives.
at the forefront for sure. Like he would be super stoked on that.
Dude, oh man, he gets kicked out of bars and Lompoc all the time, and like fucking like just gets in like random fights, and is just it just tough as nails. Like every time I like hug him and say hi to him, it's like
hugging a house.
piece of dude. He's like made out of wood, and I'm like I literally spent the last year in Oceanside like rolling with Marines, getting choked, and like in jiu-jitsu, and just like. But him grabbing me is like way more terrifying than I ever felt with those killers. You know what I mean? It's such a trip. That's how he is. I hope he never hears any of this.
Nate, don't listen to this episode. Don't listen to any episode because you don't listen to this show.
I don't think he does, and I'm fine with that.
Nate, when I'm better, then I'm gonna fight you when this episode is released. I'm gonna put on wax. We're gonna fight.
I brought over some boxing gloves one time to
I
his
can
house.
see him being really scrappy.
It didn't get to the point where it wasn't going to end well because I stopped it, because I was like, this isn't smart. Let's stop here.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
I would love to. Ooh, I love gloves.
Love gloves.
I love gloves. I love just
No
seeing.
glove, no love, but I love gloves.
Yeah, I don't know. Time, place, whatever. Do your
Oh,
thing.
yeah, I know. Are you kidding me? I can't even put a condom on.
I don't have sex. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, no, exactly. What do you do? What are your goals for the rest of the year?
Now that I finally got the okay to really just take this physical therapy into my own hands, like my physical therapist is like, dude, you're gonna hate me, but like you can't be doing more than you want to right now to heal yourself. Now that I finally got the okay from my doctor to just really take it in my own hands, to be in the gym and then go to physical therapy as much as I'm going.
Yeah.
My goal is to just be stronger than I was, like I want to be surfing again. I want to be skating again. I want to do like bowling again. I would love to be bowling again. Oh my God. Like I can't wait to go bowling again.
I love bowling. My parents were in a bowling league when I was a kid. I could bowl left-handed and right-handed.
Wow.
I love bowling. I used to be decent at bowling. I will bowl anytime. That's my favorite thing to do. I have a
too.
Wii now, and I'll Wii bowling's fun. I'll get into that.
Dude, Rancho is one of the best places.
That's where they were at the league, the bowling league. Yeah,
That is one of the best bowling alleys that I've ever been to. I mean, they really take care of their lanes over there, especially with like their remodel that they've done in the past like couple years.
Have my bowling. I have my own bowling ball. Like,
yeah, me too.
I'm serious. Yeah, was serious about it.
Yeah, it's fucking rad, dude. Like, dude, once I'm able to start bowling, and yeah, we're gonna bowl.
Absolutely,
sure. That's my favorite. Dude, I love bowling.
Why you can't bowl right now? You can't just roll it.
I can't.
Why?
Because I'm too competitive. I don't want to roll like a shitty game.
That was a stupid question. All right.
If I'm going to bowl, I want to bowl how I want to bowl. I got to be in good health.
So you are a competitive person.
I am super competitive.
A couple more things here, because I know they had asked me to ask you why you're so good at hard flips and element laughing emoji. So there's that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about you entering a Spartan race.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to know what the 1 in a million thing's about. We'll get there. But go ahead. Let's start with hard flips and element. What is that about? I know they're probably exclusive, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're kind of separate, but hard flips, I don't know. Like I was just like really feeling hard flips when I was in my early 20s and
wow, that long ago.
That long ago, yeah. I don't know. They were just like kind of working out, and I was just like doing a lot of yoga at the time. I was feeling really limber. You know, your early 20s, you're feeling fucking good. You're feeling good on a skateboard. You're kind of invincible. You're able to get drunk, and you're not hungover. Too hungover.
Very different early 20s. Keep going.
Well, okay. I mean, I was able to just like be hungover and skate and it not affect me. You know,
that's beautiful.
Now it hurts. Now it really fucking hurts. But I was really feeling hard flips for a little while, and I was like, yeah, I want to skate. I want to hard flip the Pine Grove double set.
Oh God!
I've done like some hard flips like on some sets, but I mean, when I first saw that set, I'm like, why does nobody skate this thing? It's perfect.
Is that the one Gus front shoved?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that
I
one.
Had it right. Got it.
I'm like, why does nobody skate this set? It's perfect, you know? Like it's like smooth run up. You can gap to rail it if you're gnarly. Nobody has yet. But it's so good. Like it's like I've kickflipped it already. Like I know that I could.
There's
like I was
a beautiful picture of you kickflipping it online.
Cool.
Yeah. Just letting you know.
Oh yeah, that picture got unearthed not too long ago. My friend Nick had that photo. I'm like, wow, I swear there's a photo of this, but.
Oh, didn't you like to make a post about it?
I did, because it was missing forever. Like I was like, whoa, where did this photo come from? But hard flip, I was like feeling really good. I'm like, yeah, I want to hard flip this set. And the only time, well, actually, there's one other time that somebody skated it with me. And Shane switched backside 180'd it. And then that same day, I hard flipped it, and it worked out. Like I don't know, like
that's amazing.
It worked out. The element thing is like a little bit separate. I guess it ties.
Well, it's definitely separate.
It's
I feel like it's separate. There were separate messages.
Yeah.
They were just.
So I'm going to say it on the air. I won this 1 in a million contest in 2008. God damn it! I hate saying that.
Who won it? It was either the year before or the year after. He's Unreal.
Jake Donnelly won it the year before me.
Yeah. That's when I found out what 1 in a million was, and it was maybe the last time I'd heard of it because Slap ended up folding in like 2012, I think.
Yeah.
But I love Slap magazine.
Yeah, me too.
It was like one of the off the beaten path skateboard magazines, and had a lot of. They covered a lot of like skaters I really liked that probably didn't get enough coverage.
I saw junior high is like when I was seeing everybody read, like the 3 skateboarders that I went to junior high with, they read Slap. Yeah. And sometimes Thrasher, but it's like, fuck, like the cool artwork, the photographers, the skateboarders they use. Yeah. It was like really cool. It just like felt like skateboarding to me. So I was always a fan for sure. So I went on that trip. If we're going to talk about this. Okay, we're going to talk about this. So I went on this trip. They flew me out to Seattle. And there's a bunch of people that I've never met before. I knew that Judd Hertzler was going to be on the trip, OG, like foundation dude. And I'm like, whoa, that is so cool. Yeah. Like fucking love Judd Hertzler. Jose Ruiz, who is a friend of mine that I skated a contest with that lives up in like San Jose area. He was going to be on the trip. I'm like, yeah, rad. And then a notification saying like Caswell Berry is going to be in the van, like picking you guys up. I'm like, whoa, so cool.
That's
like
really fucking cool.
Love Caswell. You know, I've always been
he signed my mom's cleavage at an
sweet.
Osiris demo.
That is fucking badass. I'm sure he loved it. Which is funny because I hung out with him a couple of weeks ago and it was like my first time seeing him since 2008. And he's all like, I thought I knew you from somewhere, but now I'm like, I realize where I saw you. And I'm like, dude, it's been a long time, man. It was cool reconnecting with him.
I followed him and his girlfriend or wife or whoever it was for a number of years, and they were like the first people that would like my shit or comment or like respond to shit, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you realize you're better than me? Why are you doing
real people shit? So it was just like really cool, just like being in the van. We drove from Seattle all the way down to Lake Forest for the last Goofy versus regular contest. Remember that? Remember those contests? Fuck, it was crazy. That was the last one, right?
God damn, dude.
And Caswell taught me how to renegade a beer. Like,
that's exactly why I do it, is because Caswell and me enjoy.
He taught me how in the parking lot. He taught me how in the Lake Forest parking lot. I saw him doing it. He's all, I'll show you a cool trick. And I'm like, whoa.
That's so funny. It was an old Enjoy ad. That's why I started doing it. And I taught Kale how to shotgun or renegade a tab at Napoma Park when we were kids. His dad got pissed at me because his dad was like,
a tab soda? Oh my God,
a couple of lesbians we were.
I love Tab. But yeah, it was a cool trip. And then like, I don't know, like things worked out. And then the old dude running the show over there is like, hey, like, you're the guy that we chose for this whole thing. And I'm like, whoa. And so I had a choice between Listen Skateboards, which would have been cool, but I knew that they were on their way out.
Rob Gonzalez.
Danny Montoya, all my favorites, but I knew that they were going out of business, you know? And then Almost, which is like also rad. Like their boards are really, really good. And like Day One and Tori and all those.
Yeah. Oh, man, we were looking at Day One and Tori boards a second ago. Yeah.
Like thank you boards and shit. And then Element. And it's like, dude, like I knew people that rode for Element at the time. So I was like chasing after. It's like, yeah, I want to be like, I kind of know these homies and.
Skate with Dallas Rock fam. Fuck yeah.
Dude, I have skated with Dallas a couple of times. That guy is fucking rad. Like I love Dallas.
A really interesting trick selection. And I really love it. Mm-hmm. I remember I brought that name up to a couple of our friends and they're like, what the fuck? Who?
Nolly Backsmith on Silmar on the fucking real deluxe website when Sponsor Me tape. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, love Dallas, dude. He used to live with the old Powell team manager, and that's how I met Dallas.
Oh, yeah, and then he was on Powell.
And he was on Powell,
yeah. That's right, I remember now.
I also had rode for Powell for a little while when I was a younger kid.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of like basically it on wax, because all my friends, they like to fucking give me a hard time about that whole 1 in a million thing, and I'm like,
why did they give you a hard time about it? Because like, well, it's just a hazing, because it's like
kinda, but it's like, okay, so I will say Nate Hoover. Okay, Nate Hoover, he's like one of these people that will do it. We'll be at the bar, and then like he'll be all like, "This is Ben. He's 1 in a million," and I'm like, "You motherfucker, dude! I hate you, dude."
I'd be sick to death of that,
dude. And so like whenever people like bring it up, I'm just like, it's. I mean, yeah, it's cool because they don't do it anymore, and like all the people that have won in the past, and I'm somehow one of them, you know, which is like really rad. But like it's just like such a weird, it's a weird thing, you know what I mean? It's weird.
Someone brought it up a couple of years ago or like recently, and I was like, how the fuck did I never know about that? Because I already had your name like in my head in like reverence from when I was a little kid, like younger, because you were such a badass like on a skateboard, and it was just like no one skated good around us. So it was just, it was a trip to hear that and go, fuck, how did I miss that? That's someone that like did good. I would have been excited for, instead of just being like a jealous little chubby asshole, you know?
Yeah, I dig that. That's fine that you missed it.
Yeah, because it's so much fun bringing it up now, irking you.
Definitely irked right now on wax. Irked on wax. But yeah, it was a cool thing. I mean, like seeing Caswell recently, it was like really, really cool. I haven't seen him in a long time. Yeah. That night ended up being like super fucking wild. But Like the few moments that like we talked to each other sober, it was like really cool, just like a genuine reconnection. And then things got a little bit hazy after that.
Those enjoy guys and the tilt mode guys, even just like, what a fucking pack of animals. I love that.
Yeah. Hanging out with Louis Barletta, who has always been one of my favorite skateboarders of all time.
Me and him have the same birthday.
That is so rad. That's like
I
such a
love
cool
Louis.
fun fact.
And like, as someone who couldn't skate traditionally very well, to watch someone do like innovative or creative tricks and still skate really well doing traditional tricks, he was always a big inspiration. I remember me and Chris Navarro, Swampy, we were big Louis Barletta fans, just like independently, and then like we had met and skated and realized like we had similar strange tricks we would do, and it just became this like funny like, to this day I struggle with like when I go want to film something or skate, it's like do I do the unorthodox thing, or do I do like the thing that is more challenging to me, because they're both so cool.
Does Chris still live in Lompoc? Where's he at?
He lives in I don't know what part. He lives down south in, I want to say, Los Angeles County.
Cool.
Lives down there.
Cool.
I don't know, he kicks it with one of the filmers or photographers for, I want to say, heroin skateboards, and
That
he
makes
gets
sense.
he gets exposure with like heroin and
Oh,
stuff.
cool. Good for
Heroin
him.
skateboards.
I had no fucking idea. I
Really
always loved
deserved, great skateboarder, fits
yeah.
them so well. I remember
He's a weird
when
musician, dude. Like he's a weirdo. Like
he's a
perfect for him.
fucking
like, he's a weirdo. I
total
love that guy.
weirdo, total spaz, has really eclectic style, skates real differently. Like he's a perfect match on heroin skateboards for sure. And I can never tell if I love or hate heroin skateboards, because part of me is like, what, you can't, like, none of you are ever gonna be skater. What is this? You know. But then I'm like, oh, Lee Yankee's on their team. Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
that dude's bad.
You know.
That
so I'm
dude's
like,
bad.
I'm
And when
again,
Tony
I'm just
Carr
being
was
an
riding
asshole.
from, that dude's bad.
Is
like,
Tony Carr on,
oh my
on
God.
stereo now?
He was,
and then he was on heroin.
and then he was
That's
on
right.
heroin. And hanging
Big
out with that
Tony
dude in
Carr
real life
fan.
is like, that's what legends are made of. Is like Tony Carr.
Really?
That dude is like the most legendary fucking guy, man.
I wouldn't expect you to say that about him.
Man, Tony Carr
go back
is
revisit.
unreal. There's a
He was
Phoenix
in
trip.
Battle of Barracks 2.
Was he? Fuck, that's crazy.
This is I remember Benny Fairfax was on stereo, and I think Tony Carr was on stereo at the same time. And then there's another person who was Am for stereo around the same time, and I kind of like convolute them. Not Benny Fairfax, because he's an English guy with black skin, so it's kind of obvious that he's not either one of those. But
Probably Ollie Todd or something like that.
I love Ollie Todd, dude. I have this old 411 with Ollie Todd
that's a
doing
good
a
one. Yeah,
pivot.
yeah,
Dude, you know
yeah,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, totally,
That's
yeah.
how like I want to skate in my head is like Sid Melvin, Ollie Todd, Dallas Rock Vam, like Louis Barletta.
Whoa,
like
you got a
that
cool
kind of
like
shit.
list. That's
like
a really
that,
cool
or
list.
Ragdoll. Like that's my like headspace. But then also I was obsessed with like Corey Duffel and Slash and Lizard King and fucking people like that in general. All of Foundation, every era of Foundation, like
Dylan Whitkin is pro for Foundation now. And
who's Dylan? I don't know who Dylan is. I'm so stoked.
Hey, check this out. Like
Dylan Whitkin.
Look, it's like it says Dylan Whitkin. It's spelled it's spelled incorrectly on my leg on purpose, but Dylan's name is tattooed on my leg.
Dude, I can't believe
he's pro for Foundation.
Oh my god.
So we have this thing about so when the Enjoy team was around, Nate Hoover was like asleep on the couch when we got back from McCarthy's. I was kind of drunk, and I was trying to get Nate to wake up, and I'm like, dude, Nate, wake up. Nothing was working, and he's also friends with Dylan, and I'm like, dude, Nate, wake up, Dylan's pro. And he just starts laughing, and he gets up and cracks open a beer after I said that. So like the new thing is like, wake up, Dylan's pro.
That's fucking cool. I would love. Now I'm so jazzed for it just because like my friends know who he is, and he's on Foundation Fosco.
Yeah.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Dylan's the best. I love that guy.
I don't know what. I think it's Corey Duffel. I think it was the Osiris demo at One Way in 2007.
Okay.
It was right after Cataclysmic Abyss came out.
Oh, that's a great video.
It is one of the best, one of the most underrated.
I think it gets a lot of
videos.
shit, but there's like a handful. If you cherry pick a lot of the parts, it's like, fuck, this is like one of the best videos. Like, I love that video.
Dude, Sierra Fellers part back then holds up today better than like a ton of people's parts. Fucking Corey Duffel doing flip tricks down double sets.
That part is so
frontside
good.
half cab flipped the Sacto triple set.
Easily.
He like
Easily.
what he did. He did a fucking. I want to say a blunt big spin. Not you. Just like maybe a big spin blunt slider, like a front shove back nose blunt slider, like just crazy shit. Duffel that you never saw again from him. The shit that he came out with, that was like the pinnacle of his skateboarding. It was amazing. It was all of the old That's Life stuff and all of the new stuff going into like the what the fuck era and like the Feed the Need era. Like,
Dude, the Osiris part and that Cataclysmic Abyss part are both like, that was his, like, he was on some different universe that nobody else was on. Different level.
That's what happens
so
when
good.
you're sober your entire life
Yeah.
and just skate gnarly.
He also has like his brunt of like skateboard injuries, related injuries.
100%. Dude, I feel so bad for him because it's just
God,
like
he's got so many.
he's got so many.
So
and just
many.
every time, and it's just like, dang, we got like, they took Corey Duffel from us. The injuries took our Corey Duffel. Like
Yep.
Gareth Steer, dude, fucking the Nuge. So fucking good. Matt Allen
Oh yeah.
deserves way more respect than he ever
Yeah.
got in the skateboarding industry. Skateboarding to snowblind.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking
Getting the rights to that one. Holy shit, man.
Abdias Rivera, dude, Ethan Fowler's part was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I know that video like the back of my hand. It's unbelievable. Fucking, I can never pronounce his last name. Mike
Russick?
Russick.
Dude, I have such a cool Mike Russick story.
You do?
Yeah.
I've never heard those words uttered in my
I have
life.
such a cool Mike Russick story, and I fucking love this guy. I've always loved Mike Russick. Okay, so we have a friend that used to live in like Sebastopol, like Santa Rosa area, like North Santa Rosa or whatever. I think that's where it was. And there's a couple of badass like underground spots because in like the fall it would rain a lot.
Yeah.
And so there's like the perfect like butter bench spot under an overhang at a school, and janitors wouldn't kick you out. Costco's were being built, and Costco's always have like the ledges over there. And Robert is like showing us like, dude, check out this Mike Russick footage, and like some of it was using Cataclysmic Abyss, and it hadn't been out yet. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And he's like, yeah, it's one of our homies from up over here, or he lives up over here. And so he met up with us. Me and two other friends, we took the train and bus to get to Santa Rosa to meet up with our friend. None of us drove at the time, or none of us wanted to drive at the time. And then we meet, and I'm like, whoa, like I've watched Mike Russick skate since I was like just starting to skate, in 4-in-1 and foundation videos.
And,
or even before that, like art bars
and C-bar,
art bars and
singles,
4-in-1. Like I think he was like writing for Adrenaline before that or something like that too, like, which is like crazy, dude, like super crazy, some Northern California shit. And so we skate at Costco, and like I did the only time that I've done the first time I did a switch big spin heel flip on flat ground, he was right there, and he's all like, oh, you did one. And I was like, yeah. And then we're all skating, and then I'm like, hey, dude, like, we have a train ride to go back home tomorrow. Can you buy us some booze? And he's like, what do you want? And then I'm like, dude, I don't care, like, whatever. And so he bought us a huge bottle of Bacardi, like, out of all the things, bought us a bottle of Bacardi. And then me and Keith, I'm just like, fuck, like, I smelled it. I'm like, dude, I can't do this without a chaser. I was like,
Bacardi,
it's like too gnarly.
Bacardi's a lot.
It's really gnarly. And so we're in the back of this bus, and Keith just like takes a huge pull off this bottle, and I take one right after him.
Drinking on the bus. Been there.
Drinking on the bus as like 18-year-old kids that Mike Russick bought us this bottle, which is like
amazing.
So that's like a cool Mike. And then I've always been like a fan of his skating, so I'm like, wow, that's such a cool Mike Russick story. Like,
that's fucking, dude, that's unbelievable. That's a fucking feather in your cap. For like,
I love it.
I still follow him to this day. I just like
me
post
too.
recently.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
that.
It was cool. He finally got that pro board. I think he was working
retirement
for it was a retirement board. And I think he was working for like Soltech after that. I don't know what he's doing now. I follow him on social media these days because I'm a fan. Like he deserves like way more than
You know who I wish had social media was Matt Beach.
Oh my god!
Remember how I didn't know who he was until Right Foot Forward.
Wow.
And then he had one of the craziest parts you've ever seen.
And then just disappeared again.
He worked for UPS.
And he works for UPS. Yeah.
He doesn't have social media. I can't even find him. I have no idea what's going on with him.
He would like often have like skating at this skate park, just doing like crazy manual tricks into huge transition. And then that was like all you saw from him.
Oh my God.
But like tech as fuck, clean style, like one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
And that beach is the shit.
I think he opened his part with a kickflip coffin grind.
Fuck.
It kickflipped into this long flat rail railing on knee height and just did a coffin grind on it and just fucking oh my God. Yeah, I wish he still had social media. But that just go back to the Cataclysmic Abyss video. That might be the most complete video there has ever been, as far as special features, flow parts, am parts, pro parts, both like slideshows. Like
David Reyes and Sean Conover, like both having parts.
Dude,
was,
Sean
like, really
Conover's so fucking good.
He's really good.
What his part in Heshla is one of my favorites.
He used to ride for this company in Florida called Flatline Skateboards, and he was a Florida skateboarder. So he's like one of the like OG like Florida.
That's
dude.
tight. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I miss when he rode for Creature. That was my favorite era for Sean Conover.
Yeah, he went on like King of the Road, and he was. I mean, he was always like a flip in dude.
Yeah,
like, he could always flip in like really fucking good.
He had tray flip 50s and stuff on rails. Like Garrett Hill. Fuck.
Yeah. yeah. Dude, Garrett Hill. Like, there's, I don't know. There's like so many. Like, I hate to just be like, I have a Garrett Hill.
Talk about it, dude.
Okay.
Talk about it. I don't give a fuck what other people. This is my show.
Okay.
I'm talking to my friend. You can say whatever you want. God damn it.
So you know that blue 9-star handrail Silmar? It's like Paul Rodriguez always skated.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought of when you said that.
So the blue handrail, right? So there's there's like
recreated it at the skate park.
No, well, they did, but I never went to that skate park. So like at this at that school, Silmar, me and Garrett Chappell, a Lompoc homie. I don't know if you ever knew.
I've heard. I think Garrett Chappell that he was a real
legend.
stud. Yeah,
legend.
Good things.
Fucking love that dude. One of my best friends.
I think his old science teacher showed me footage of him skateboarding.
Yeah, unreal fucking dude. He's a family man in Portland. Love that guy. So we used to always skate these contests. California Amateur Skateboard League, Castle. Like we'd always like skate those contests. And was it his dad? Maybe his dad drove us to this contest this time. But it was close to like Garrett, like, oh, drive us to this spot. And then it was like, we want to skate this handrail. Like think that my friend Nick, he was skating in knee pads. He lives in Bakersfield. And he had like a high 8 camera or something, like some old camera. And then Garrett Hill and Mark Gutterman were both at Silmar this time. And then the filmer Alex Lewandowski and DeVille, who is the team manager of Powell, right? So you might know DeVille. And so I had just got sponsored by Shorties at the time. I think I was like 15 or 16 or something like that. And I was just like skating it, and it was like feeling good. I wanted to like kickflip feeble it because like kickflip feebles were feeling good at the time.
Frontside, backside?
Backside.
Okay.
Yeah, backside. And then Garrett Hill was doing nollie backside 5.0s over and over. He just got on zero. He was riding for 16 skateboards at the time before. So that's how like Garrett Hill and Garrett Chappell knew each other because of this one Woodward trip. But I'm like, whoa, that's Mark Gutterman and Garrett Hill. You know, that's crazy. And I'm with Garrett Chappell. And they're all talking to each other. I'm wearing a Shorty shirt. I was riding Savier shoes because that was my first sponsor, like after One Way, you know.
That's cool.
But I was wearing like a white shirt under this like Shorty shirt, and I took it off. And I'm wearing like a Hard Rock Cafe shirt or something like that. And then I started trying to kickflip crook because I was like starting to like work out better than the kickflip feeble. And Garrett Hill was like, oh, he's like wearing a Hard Rock Cafe shirt, like, oh, that's like so hardcore, blah blah blah. And then I did the kickflip crook, and it's filmed like really, like, I don't know, it's not like shitty, but it's like my friend is doing like a feeble in knee pads and like knee slides out, and then it's like a high 8 camera, and I kickflip crook it, and Alex Lewandowski is filming it, DeVille is shooting photos of it, and then I eventually rode for Powell, and he ended up being the manager, and the team manager is like, I didn't film any kickflip crook or I didn't shoot any photos of kickflip crook on that road. I'm like, oh, I'm sure that you did. I have your phone number. Why do I have your phone number? He's like, I didn't shoot that. And I was like, dude, I was with like Garrett Hill and Mark Gutterman and my buddy that was there. And then I pulled up like, he's like, I want to see some like other footage from you. And I pulled up like this, I filmed like the VHS camera.
You did film
and it was like, dude, that's you, huh? Like you filmed that, or you shot photos. And I was like, oh, I guess you're right. Like I did shoot that photo. But Garrett Hill and Mark Gutterman were there,
fucking
which is
cool.
like really, really funny.
Dang, Gutterman. Did he? That might be confusing him.
He passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, and did he ride for Decline at one point?
88.
88.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it. Okay.
He had a badass 88 footwear part. That was like really, really good.
The Destroy Everything Now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the whole video. Damn.
It's really good.
That's a fucking trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my Chris Markovich, one of my heroes.
Oh yeah, he's like
Yeah.
fucking ripping right now.
Yeah, it's so funny because he's like, I'm 48. Watch this fucking blunt slide across a 20-foot ledge. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
48.
He's the reason
And he
I
can-
push the way I do. He's the reason I always put my stickers towards the tail of my board.
He would also do like I've seen like a 4-on-1 of him like setting up his board. It's always like diagonal, like with the nuts. Like
Yeah.
you don't always like you start from like
Sometimes
this
he just
where-
put 2 in. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's so funny. There was this Futures Buyer's Guide to Skateboarding 2005 is how I got into Ragdoll, Corey Duffel, Chris Markovich.
Were they all on the same cover? Is that what I'm?
It was the Gap Out to Ledge in the Bay Area that
Oh, okay.
Duffel
okay.
has the blunt slide
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Okay.
It was, and then I think what Jerry Sue does a switch front nose on it in Stay Gold, or what was that part he did all switch tricks?
Yeah, the Stay
I
Gold.
think
Yeah.
yeah. That ledge. Duffel's on the cover doing a blunt slide. It's fucking. I can't. Yeah, that magazine is why
I think Jerry
I'm
did
here.
Nollie back tail on it.
Nollie back tail. That's right.
That's
That's
what
right.
he
You're
did.
right. You're right.
That's what he did. Yeah.
So switch front nose.
Yeah. Same shit. Yeah,
Almost.
same, yeah, it's the same shit.
Same position.
Yeah, same shit. Same shit.
Fucking A, dude. Talk to me.
What do you got?
I'm just looking at the rest of my. Oh, I was gonna because you're so competitive. You entered a Spartan race.
Oh yeah.
What's that like?
I got addicted to that shit, right? So like I'm a little bit older. Like skateboarding is rad. Like I love skateboarding and surfing and all.
But it's not
That
at
kind of
the
shit.
forefront.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I like other shit. Like I like to.
You've grown up. You've.
Yeah, I like to be in the gym. I like to go and hike. I like to go and just like test my boundaries and stuff. And I've had so many friends that are like, yeah, you should do the Spartan race with me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, maybe one of these days. And then my buddy Robert, he's like, dude, you should really do the Spartan race. And I'm like, okay. So on New Year's Eve, my New Year's resolution was to do a Spartan race. And I was sick as a dog. I had the flu like really bad. And I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna do a Spartan race with you. And everybody says like New Year's resolutions, whether they follow through with them or whatever. And I'm like, hey, I've been training. Like I'm gonna do this Spartan race. I'm not gonna do the big one. I'm gonna do like the smaller one. And so like I just went there early because knowing that like my friends were doing like the bigger ones before, like because they did like the smaller one the day after. But I went in there and I just like picked up on all that energy. I was training hard, dude. Like I was in the gym like every single day.
What kind of exercises were you doing to train for a Spartan race?
So I was doing like just pretty much everything. I was like running, I was riding a bike, I was swimming, I was like doing weight training. I was doing everything, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was doing all of it.
That's a trip.
I was feeling really, really good.
Were you fucking real good back then? I feel like when
I
you
was
were
single.
Okay, so you were fucking real good.
Yeah, I was saying no, but like no, like
just-
nothing. I don't know. Like I don't.
You're like,
I
I was doing well, so
was-
that means I was single.
I was doing well. I was single, and there was no women interested in me, and that is very much true right now, and that's okay. So I was like training, and my biggest regret was like experimenting with keto. I don't know if you've ever done keto before, but
I
like,
fuck around just with eating like animal based, but yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So like I was like, I kind of want to see what like keto is like all about, like
Yeah.
see if it helps with my training for this whole thing. I lost a lot of weight and I looked really good, and I thought it was cool, but like my head felt cloudy, and it just like it didn't
the
feel
keto
right.
fog. I heard of that.
Yeah, I had like the fog like really bad. But I did this race, and like I picked up on the energy of like all my friends crossing the finish line and seeing them like do all these exercises. I'm like, wow, this is like so cool. Like I love this. This is like what I'm all about. And then I did my race, and it felt really good. I went to Cayucas, and my friend was in town, ate some burritos on the half pipe, and just like hung out. Immediately after the race in Monterey, and I'm like, dude, I just want to do like Spartan races like all year. So I was like training for a trifecta, but that's like when I got hurt, I got sick, and then like everything just like kind of just like went
snowballed.
Yeah, it snowballed. Yeah. I was kind of dealing with like some other shit. Maybe
That's how men say it. I was dealing with some other shit. That's like the real shit we deal with that we will never acknowledge or like bring up.
I'll bring it up, but it's, I mean, like, I don't know if like maybe.
No pressure. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. You don't have to tell me anything you don't want to.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be a dad one time. That was like really hard.
Yeah.
And it boiled down to a DNA test. And that's like basically the long story.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So like I was like dealing with like some shit. Also while going to UPS driving school. So I kind of put a lot of things on the back burner. And, I was just dealing with some shit, you know.
That's some shit right there.
Yeah, some shit.
That's some fucking scary shit.
I'm not the father, which is like crazy. Like I was ready to be a dad, but I'm not a dad.
You're like, actually, I am a father. I just left him in the car.
Yeah, he's like right in there.
He's okay out there, right?
Yeah. The window's cracked. He's fine. But that's, I really, and then with like quarantine and stuff, like nothing has been the same ever since. So
yeah.
I would hope to get back, especially in good health, like rehabbing my knee. I would love to just like be back.
You haven't done any HGH or steroids to get that thing growing back?
I've thought about it, but I think I'm just going to I'm just going to eat a lot. And
yeah. No, when I hurt my knee in February, I took BPC 157.
What's that?
That is what's called as the Wolverine peptide. I actually heard about it on this like little podcast. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it. Joe Rogan Experience, and he was talking about it. It's a peptide that helps healing and growth and like repair. And I was like, how do I get me some of that shit? Are you fucking kidding me? And I Googled it, and I found a website that sold a tablet form, because it's either that or stuff you inject in a syringe. And I was like, never done that before, so let's go right over to the tablets.
Right.
And they were like literally like lozenges that I just like put in my mouth for a month and just took those twice a day. And when I think about the taste, I can remember my knee hurting. It's so weird.
How's your knee feeling now?
Pretty good. Not so bad. It definitely, like, every time I do anything, my knee's like, ow, asshole.
Yeah.
But I can still walk around confidently. And like I, dug a trench at work, and I go skate, and I go to jiu-jitsu, and I take it easy, and I'm not like bending it crazy ways.
Yeah.
It really sucks because I was having a really fun time skating the La Colonia Park down in Solana Beach with like Dane and Daniel and stuff, and
the boys.
And yeah, that's so funny because that's what they're referred to, and that's my little colloquial nomenclature there.
Love those guys.
Fucking A, man. They're my best friends, and I love them too, and I miss them a lot.
Me too.
And I was skating with them one day, and it was probably what caused. I actually have the footage of me when I think I hurt my knee. What led to me hurting it in jiu-jitsu. And I like get my like foot caught behind me and then like collapse over it. And it sucked because I was like skating this ledge, and like, when you're doing like a bigger obstacle and just the momentum you have kind of helps you roll out of it and get away from it and not get hurt. There was a couple things that led me to believe like, I think I was skating the wrong way. Like there's the way you want to skate, and then there's the way you probably were meant to skate in terms of like being good and impressive and professional. And I think I should have just been jumping down big stairs and rails and ledges, and I was too chicken shit to do that. And I was like, fuck.
Let's just get you on those rails, dude.
I just got to get up there, man.
Just get up there.
There's no reason not to. Oh, it's ridiculous and I'm just like, At 26, can I just like start over? With
Yeah, dude, you're in your
the big
20s,
rails?
dude. You're chilling. You're chilling, dude.
Oh, man, it's hard.
Can I use the restroom real quick?
Dude, let's just wrap this bitch up. I gotta piss.
Yeah.
Some donuts.
We're
Talk to me.
gonna wrap this thing up. Dallas, thank you so much for letting me be on your show.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
hope that
taking me in here
my
to get on
talking
here.
voice is not unappealing to anybody that's listening.
It's not any more unappealing than mine is, so I think we'll be okay.
Actually, there was like, oh god, if I'm gonna really incriminate myself right
Let's
now,
do it.
I hope not to, but there's one lady that was on your show.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, what was her name? And she just sounded really nice to listen to. And it's like, oh, I can just like go to sleep and listen to her. What was her?
Huh.
Rin?
Oh, yeah, Emily Wren.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's her. I was
yeah.
like, oh, she has a really pleasant voice. I just really liked listening to her. I don't know this girl. I don't know anything about her, but she just was really pleasant to listen to. I'm not trying to
I
like
had
make
a
that
good
sound
time.
like
No, absolutely. I remember because that was one of the interesting conversations I had where there was a point where we spoke about something we disagreed about towards like the end, and not necessarily disagreed, but it was just like you could tell there was like, oh, we think differently.
Yeah.
But we still had this lovely conversation. It came to my house. You know, you let me
great.
take a picture. We had a great show, and it was a good time. Yeah, that's the first person I thought of when I was like, I wonder who you could be talking about.
Yeah, she has a really pretty voice. So if you're listening,
Well, she
your voice is very pretty.
she's a musician, so
Great.
She has to, I think.
Great.
I think it's part
If
of
you
it.
need a drummer, hit me up.
Ben, thank you so much for being on the Bad Etiquette
Dallas,
podcast.
I love that. I'm glad that we finally did this.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime.
Woo!
All my
Episode
friends
2.
know they are.
Let's do it.
Part 2. Let's do it. Fuck yeah, man. All right.
Kale Nicholson, part 3. Let's do that before me, part 2.
Yeah, Kale's on the docket for sure.
right.
Let me see if there's anything else more that I wanted to touch on that was bothering me in any fucking way, shape, or form. We literally just covered it all organically for the most part.
You
So.
always revisit. I'm sure that we
No, I'm
sidebarred
okay.
on so many different
I don't
things.
want
But
I'll see you at the next Hayley and the Crushers show.
at the next donut stop, like we're going to do right now.
All right, guys, let's do it. Fuck yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.